Right, that's the stream. Right, okay. So I'll cancel that. Right. Oh, it's only morning for like 20 more minutes. Good morning, / afternoon, / evening, / whatever time of day it happens to be. As I welcome you to Trails Coaster 4 Part 17. Last time we finished up Pantagruel Keep, we then went around doing a few side quests that popped up after all of that. And of course, the most important thing is that we do have now to go to the Pantagruel. Everyone goes there, so no need to think, oh, I gotta prepare certain party members and all that, blah blah blah. And immediately we get some dialogue. An invitation to the Pantagruel. Not from General Legren, no less. It seems Muse's been planning for this all along. No, of course she wasn't. Yeah, it sounds like it's a bigger deal than I imagined. We'll have to make sure we all stay on our toes. Sure, there's just one thing, though I imagine you already know what I'm thinking. You mean about Muse, right? I am her instructor after all. No matter how much she knows, she's still only 16. Ha 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 ha. Anyone that you know. Man, she's only 16. Why the fuck is she trying to be one of the, like, I'm so smart I can do everything people? Oh wait, I forget anime logic. Anyway, we'll need to keep an eye out for her. That goes without saying. I've tried the course to our destination. We can leave at any time, so just let me know when you want to depart. And once doing so, we'll be in the Pantagruel, which is what we wanted to do all along, damn you game. Anyway, right, let's head to our destination. Our designated point is a buffer airspace between the borders of Erebonia, Calvert, and Labelle. I've already tried our course. Should we depart and with you with the Pantagruel? Once we do so, all things that we can currently do will be gone for the time, especially stuff that is only for this part of the game. Anything that you could theoretically do after this point that you can still grab. Obviously, you have to wait until you're done with the Pantagruel. Understood. I'll call everyone together then. Got it. Thanks. Good guy, guys. If I have to say bad guy, guys, I'm gonna be very upset. Once Class 7 and the rest of the crew had each finished up their remaining affairs, the Macabre then began making its way towards the designated meeting point. I was the first to arrive at the Pantagruel with my shite car. So I don't know why my mind just defaulted to Top Gear. Okay, well, anyways. So I don't know how long this is going to take. Mainly just because there's a lot of talking. And then there are some battles. So if you want to consider this a midpoint of the game, then like the middle of the game, you could, but maybe not. Considering previously, I would have argued that the middle point would be getting Green back, but then again, there's quite a lot of game afterwards, and then there's still quite a bit of game to go after this as well. Macabre number 8. This is the Pantagruel speaking. Your ship is now permitted to dock. Please follow the beacon. Understood. Initiating automated boarding. Wow, we already are over a three-way border, if only just barely. The non-intervention zone should span the entire surrounding area. Supposedly. Not much chance of interference when you're straddling 3 entire countries, huh? Yep, plus it's off the invasion route into the Republic. It makes a pretty effective blind spot. This is Osborne we're talking about, though, as the big evil guy, so who knows on that one, Sarah. But did we really have to go all the way here just to find out what Mil Mirage is about? No, it's just the game doesn't want to explain shit. They're here. Well, until now. They'll explain things now. Enter the front runners! Exclamation marks galore, because we get to see a black screen. Love it when you do this game. Why, what's that off in the distance? Very blurry off in the distance. Why, it's a Pantagruel landing craft. Okay, that's not that impressive actually, to be honest. But it is a landing craft, which means there's people on it. Also, from a different distance part is another one. Or it might be the same one, and they don't. And they should have showed that a little bit better. And of course, over here is not so Pantagruel looking one, because that's a certain country's latest model gunship, VST-110 type Aviol. Gee, I wonder which one's from Calvert. Anyway, scout ships from the Pantagruel, and more from the northeast and south. The northeast and south? Could it be? That makes the origins clear, geographically speaking. But in that case, the ship coming from the east must be a new state-of-the-art military gunship from the Republic, courtesy of the Fern Company. No thanks to Lesser for letting us know. That's right, complete with a higher carrying capacity and expanded cruising range. So many people from so many different regions gathered together for one purpose. Gee, I wonder what the plan is. Does this mean that all these people are...
Indeed. Important figures from each one of our neighboring countries.
Why is it...
The Kingdom of Liberal,
be?
the Principality of Remiferia, and even the Republic of Calvard.
I might have to tone it down.
And if all goes to plan, we'll have a few special guests from the Bracer Guild and the SSS join us too.
Because truly they're more important than world leaders. We should have gathered that by now. It's not like there was several games of them in or anything. Of course, the Bobcat's here. Dun, 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 dun. Welcome to the frontal hold. I'm currently holding my frontal lobe. Been about a month, hasn't it? Oh, right, this is where you escaped from, White Ash. Wow, that ship is huge. Hey, that's Bobcat too. It's just like Josette said.
So, you showed up after all.
Well, listen. Brother General Bardias, you look well.
As do you, Schwarzer. Despite everything General Le Guin and Miss Clotilda tell me you've been through, Your Highness, Lady Angelica, it's a pleasure to have you back safely with us.
Thank you, Brother General. We appreciate it. Man, can't spruce out for every voice today. Who'd have thought we'd be meeting here on the Pantagruel at a time like this?
Agreed. Things have taken a real turn since Ordis's last provincial council. What happens here today could very well change the course of history.
I'm just looking at this crowd and I'm like, oh yeah, most of these are playable party members. You can tell when a cast is too big. But wow, the course of history. Quite the assemblage then. Indeed it is. In fact, some of our guests have already arrived, though many of them are simply here to observe.
Follow me, everyone.
It's nice being in the Pantagruel with it being an allied place to be and not an enemy place to be. Damn you, Cold Steel 2. You'll rule the day for existing. Why do I make it sound like I hate Cold Steel 2? I don't hate it. I just don't like it as much as the other ones. Like, if I was to rank every Trails game, Cold Steel 2 would be at the bottom. Out of the ones I've played. Out of all the Trails games I've played. Who knows? Maybe Weathery will shit the bed so badly I'll put it below that. Maybe Daybreak will. Who knows? That's future Chris to decide. Welcome to the guest area. Last time we were here was Cold Steel 2. Wow. Incredible doesn't even begin to describe this place. Actually, haven't you and Instructor Ween been here before, Ali? It's a bit of a long story, but I shall not reveal the details of his misconduct during that occasion. Everyone looks at Ween. Oh, god damn it. Ween, what did you do? It was a misunderstanding. I'm not entirely convinced. All of you are Judases. Get out the airlock. I'm sure he didn't have impure intentions. Thank you, Kurt. That's the whole problem. His heart is too pure. As I told you before, Ween, nobody likes a goody two-shoes. You got that right. Everyone's got to say a line. That's why it's going to take 10 hours long. Can you guys just not? We've never a word of your unsociable ways. Apparently we just need to dogpile Ween while we can today. Yeah, we already accepted the fact that you're completely clueless about people's feelings, Ween. Ween's got all the luck, though. All the bad luck, I'd say. Well, you are a black cat. We're all getting the luck from that. This brings back memories. Ween carried me in his arms once. Oh, wait, I forgot about that. Man, there was a lot going on that day. I don't... Anybody there that day expected that sort of daring escape from you? Oh, yeah, you had to fight Doverly at that point. Wow, that must have been so cool. Oh, no, Tia. Yeah, yes, Tia, you stay the fuck away from all this. Ween, you hound. Yeah, that sounds like a good thing, I would say. Huh, really can't judge a book by its cover. Guys like you and Lloyd are really something else. Leave some charm for the rest of us, will ya? I'm Ween at this point, just instructor Sarah, Toa, requesting permission to burst into tears. Permission denied. Aww, that just means everyone likes you, Ween. That's what it means. You're a lucky man, Ween, says the lady lesbian.
Well, looks like the party's already started.
Holy crossbell, it's
Kinda
Lloyd.
feels like this meeting was a long time coming, huh?
I understand. They don't need to be boys and girls' voices. We know who they are. And we know what their legs look like. Like, damn you, Falcom.
Well, I'll be.
Truly, things are going ahead.
Took you guys long enough.
At least the members of the LaBelle stuff and
Long time no see,
Crossbell
Tita.
stuff that they want to actually use here. It's not like we saw them before or anything.
Have you grown a few, Reach? Or am I imagining things?
Estelle, Joshua, and...
Hello again, Tita. Remember our promise?
Ren!
There's not even a thing to pass this time. Yay.
Oh, you guys. You have no idea how happy I am to see you.
Yay. Hugs.
Don't you
Always
get me
lovely to see.
started too?
So melodramatic. And here I thought you two'd have grown out of this by now.
You're one to talk. I can see you getting a little choked up yourself. Seems like you've been holding up pretty well, Agate.
As if there was any doubt. We're making progress, don't get me wrong. But there's still a lot left to take care of.
Let's see, we got that bit, then that bit. Eventide exists. Then there's all the stuff before the final dungeon. There's still quite a bit to go.
All the more reason to stay on top of our game from here on.
Oh, Sarah, you're here too.
Nice to see you again. It's been too long.
Man, it sure has. What's it been, like 3 years since you were last here in the Empire?
Hang on, that would be... No, that would be during that time period.
Oh yeah. Let me introduce you to Fee. So,
Fee? Like, the Fee? That petite powerhouse they keep talking about in all the guild branches?
Ah, she's so cool, y'all.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Sylphide. As you can see, we've heard all about the work you've been doing.
You can just call me Fee. I've heard a thing or two about you guys, too. You know, from Agate and Sherazard.
Oh yeah? Trust them to embarrass us like that.
Speaking of Shera, we still don't know where she is, do we?
Man, everyone here is so blind when she has appeared in cutscenes before. Damn it.
Not a clue. We know she's still alive,
Actually,
at
when was the
least.
last time we saw her in Game Watch?
Way I figure if she was in trouble, she'd contact us with that thing she's got.
I think the last time we see Shera before next time we'll see her is randomly in a cutscene in Ulster, I think. So it's been a bit.
Right. It's only been about 2 weeks since we last heard from her.
She left Heimdall altogether just after that, didn't she?
yeah. I've got all the other Erebony embracers looking out for her too.
Yeah, all probably like 2 or 3 of them that exist. Miss Toval.
Nice tackle, Kia.
Kia hugging Tia aside. I'm trying to calculate this. We know Toval exists. Maybe Miles is about somewhere. There really are not men. There really are like next to no Erebony embracers in terms of actually ones we're aware of. So.
Lloyd, Ellie, I'm glad you guys managed to come.
Of course. We wouldn't miss this.
Oh, I can't help myself. Come here, you two.
Yeah, more hugging.
Ellie! I can't breathe.
Oh, Tio, I'm so relieved to see you're okay. Yona's been worried about you too, you know.
Oh, you don't say. That's cool. But also, I could
really use some air.
Hoo-wee! The dynamic duo's getting bigger and bigger by the day.
Good to see you, Randy.
Right back at you, Lloyd.
Now hold on a moment. You didn't think I'd just let that little comment of yours slide, did you?
Why does Ellie need to assume?
Who's the dynamic duo? Me and Tio? I don't think we got any taller.
No, not a trap. Forget I said anything, alright?
Damn it, Randy.
Shame on you, Randy. There are children here.
I can't press any button. I can't press any buttons to like lower the video. Damn it. And you're just there watching because she's not.
And we didn't forget about you, Yuna.
Damn it.
Kia's been telling us about all you've been up to.
We heard you helped set Tio free. I'm so proud of you.
Yes, just Yuna, nobody else.
Well, that was more Class 7 as a whole. It was just part of our mission. As someone who's always looked up to the SSS, it's so great seeing all of you back together again.
What do you mean? You're one of us too, Yuna.
Damn you, Kaya, hiring people on the spot like that.
Mm-hmm. You're a lot closer to the SSS than you give yourself credit for.
Man, why can't more people
That's
be
right.
a part of two groups?
You
like
carry on the
this?
spirit of Crossbell in a way all your own.
I think we're all aware of how much you look up to the SSS. But you know what? It goes both ways. We're just as proud of you too, Yuna. Every one of us.
Naturally, the hair just changed. Damn emotions.
Thank you.
Well, at the very least, you've gotten a bit more tame since the first day you bucked into the branch campus.
Come on, Randy! Let me have my moment! Oh, right! Elisa! Over here!
Ellie, you look amazing! It's been too long. I'm so glad you guys finally got the chance to reunite.
Oh, that's right. Elisa and Ellie met up about 3 months ago, huh?
Yep. Elisa's the granddaughter of the Rhineford Company's founder. Not to mention a Thor's alumnus.
Thank you, Elisa. Though, I don't think I look even half as good as you.
Well,
Allow me to
busy
congratulate you on your reunion as well.
They're just calling just say that everyone should just call each other beautiful and just move on. That
Aw, thanks.
would be easier than wording it too much. And then Wade's just standing in the middle like...
I suppose I'd better introduce myself for those of you who don't know me.
Who wouldn't know who Reen Schwarzer is at this point?
My name is Reen
question
Schwarzer,
it,
graduate of Thor's Military Academy, Class 7. Ellie, Estelle, Joshua. It's a pleasure to meet you.
The pleasure is ours. Elisa's told me quite a bit about you already. Perhaps a bit too much, actually.
How much optional dialogue did she say?
Oh, Ellie?
We definitely know you by now, after all the stories we've heard.
Yeah, there really is no need for this introduction. The entire prologue bit was about a bunch of them trying to figure out what the fuck happened.
From
Oh.
Tita's letters, and Ren. Even Olivier. And Toval.
On that one.
I see.
Oh yeah, hang on. What am I saying? Toval's not a thing at the moment. Actually, yeah, there are currently no other Erebonian named ones at this point because I'm just a twat and maybe potentially spoiling things.
It's no surprise you knew His Highness, but I wasn't aware you knew Toval too.
That was because that was a short manga thing that was only in Japan, and it's not required reading. But it does explain that Toval isn't just planted into Cold Steel 1 all willy-nilly.
Yep. We met back on our first trip in Erebonia. He helped us out a bunch.
At least he's
It's
insight
good to
into
meet
Cold
you,
Steel
Reen.
1 a lot less
This has definitely
haphazardly
been a
than,
long
say,
time
I don't know, Yuna is into Azure.
Don't worry.
Maybe that's a
You
little
can
bit
loosen
mean.
up around us. We're the same age, more or less, right?
How convenient.
Got it. I think I'll take you up on that. Looking forward to working with you guys.
Yeah, for sure.
Handshake.
As are we.
Aw.
Ash gets
It's
emotional.
been a while, Lloyd. How have you been?
Busy, to say the least. It's been crazy this past year and a half. I really owe you for your help during Operation Birdcage.
Flashback to Cold Steel 3, where we had to do everything because Lloyd was...
I'm sure I'll get the chance to
that
return the
shit.
favor, though. I get the feeling we're gonna be seeing a lot more of each other. From here on, Reen, we fight on the same side. As equals.
Yeah, ally!
Instructor Reen?
Honestly, I'm not sure I even deserve to shake your hand.
Flashback to Cold Steel 2, Wayne does beat Lloyd up.
I'm
at
sure you've
least a
heard
bit.
about what I've done. The mistake I made.
And did help Boney take over Crossbell, so, I mean... And of course, what happened at the end of Cold Steel 3, like, we need to remind everyone of that for the upteam
It's
time.
my fault that the curse spread throughout not only the Empire, but Crossbell too. It's the same with North Ambria and Jirai as well. Even this awful war with Calvert.
That's right, Wayne, you're to blame. Everyone get him, yeah!
I have no idea how I can even begin to apologize.
No, Reen. That's wrong. It's my duty as a detective to look beyond what's on the surface. You want to know what I see? I see that this was all a setup from the very start. Nothing you could have done would have possibly changed the outcome.
Well, I mean, Wayne could have just not gone to the wall. Because then Cedric would have just snapped Altina's neck, and then that would have what been happened, so...
I see a man
There's
who,
a different outcome.
despite it all, never
I'm just gonna
felt
point that one
despair.
out there.
A man who continues to push back, even at this very moment. Not just for Crossbell, or even Erebonia, but for the world itself and all who reside in it. Within you lies the strength of countless allies,
The timeline
helping you move
like,
forward through
Power
whatever may
Cost
come.
3, where Angelica's just not with New Class 7 in the Naval Fort.
I'd like the SSS to be a part of that, Reen. To be one of those allies there by your side. Empire or Crossbell, where we're from doesn't matter anymore. Now we're fighting for the world itself. Together.
But after this, we are going to make sure that Crossbell's not Empire. You know, that's just kind of a thing.
Lloyd.
to do.
This guy, I swear.
Now I understand why you look up to him the way you do.
Yep. Told you he was great.
Oh yeah, Lloyd's great. You know, is quick on that one.
How am I supposed to follow up a speech like that? I'll gladly take your words to heart. It's good to have you with us, Lloyd. I'll be honest with you, our situation is looking grim, and it's only going to get worse from here. But that's never stopped us before. With you on board, we'll overcome every barrier in our way.
This is where people who don't know what Trails is should put up a board of like, okay, who do we think is going to die, ladies and gentlemen? None. Don't assume death. Unless it's just straight up,
You
they
got it.
visually show you them just exploding into a million pieces. Or turning into salt. That's a guaranteed way to kill someone off. While I'm busy spoiling stuff that was going on in the Bell, back in the Sky Games,
That goes for us too. We Laburlians got your back.
as much as Estelle should theoretically be getting very
I see you've
heavily
saved me the trouble of
power-cracked
rounding
by
you
this
up.
point. Enter Aurelia.
Principal Le Guin.
Right on time. Is everything ready?
Is she?
General Aurelia Le Guin, commander of the Viceland Army.
Wow. I can tell this lady's a serious badass.
That's an
And
understatement.
it's a shame that she's only
She's
usable
one
with
of the
one
greatest
dungeon in Cold
swordmasters
Steel
of our
3.
generation.
Bracers of Liberl. Special Support Section. Allow me to introduce myself.
They were just
I
talking
am
about how they
Aurelia
knew who you
Le
are.
Well,
Ah.
not all of you. I'd love to chat with each of you
honey.
individually, of course. But time is of the essence. I suspect our other guests are anxious to get things underway.
Enter the other guests. Full of important people.
I knew it.
Well, if it isn't the special support section. I do believe it's been around 2 years since our paths last crossed, though it would seem Arios is not with you this time around.
A pleasure to see you again, Your Lordship.
Our apologies. Arios had some pressing matters to attend to.
Okay, he's busy doing other things that are may or may not be involving fighting Ouroboros and other places. I think that's the reason Lixie's
He
not
did
here.
make sure to send his regards.
Is that so? I suppose I expected as much. A man in his position seldom has any time to spare. Princess Elphin, I bring you my greetings and condolences both.
Where's the game just gonna announce
We
this?
received news of Emperor Eugen's condition, as well as the tragedy that befell Prince Olivert.
Damn, Oliver. Why do you have
I
to
can
die?
only imagine the pain this must put you through. You have my deepest sympathies.
And you have my sincerest appreciation, your lordship. I must admit, I didn't expect to be able to meet with you so soon.
Nor did I. A silver lining in the dark cloud that brought us here. Lady Mildine, allow me to thank you once again for the invitation.
The gratitude is ours, your lordship. It's an honor to receive you.
Ha ha! This is quite an extraordinary crowd we have here.
No, we do.
Correct me if I'm
even
wrong,
though I don't.
SSS, but it was 2 years ago that we last met as well, was it not?
Damn you, trade conference.
Yes,
Stop being such
back
an
at the trade conference.
Stop being such an important event.
It's good to see you again, sir.
Princess Alphen, Lady Mildine, I don't believe I've ever formally had the pleasure, though I suppose in a way we aren't entirely unfamiliar with each other. I had the privilege of meeting your brother, you see, back during the conference.
Ah, yes, he mentioned you before. Pleased to finally make your acquaintance. Knowing you're here helps put into perspective the true scale of Operation Meal Mirage.
It's an honor to have you. We do appreciate you taking the time to come. After all, I'm sure you, of all people, have been particularly busy of late. President Rocksmith.
But God, that's his name.
What?
Okay, me jokingly being shocked by that.
No way!
That,
So that's how this is gonna go.
I don't even know how to react.
How silly of us. I didn't realize we had neglected to make our introductions.
Indeed, you did.
In that case, allow me to go first.
Now the game will actually get round to explaining, but behold, Albert von Bartholomeus, ruler of the Principality of Wonderfaria.
I am Albert von Bartolomeus,
I knew I said
Grand
that last
Prince
bit
of the
wrong.
Principality of Rematheria. It's a pleasure to meet you,
How British of a
students
name
and alumni of Thor's Military
for a
Academy.
fast name at least. Albert. Actually, no, I think there's been more Alberts in other parts of Europe. Damn it. And of course, this here's President Rocksmith of Calvard. You know, the people that are about to get warred by Erebonia.
And I'm Samuel Rocksmith, President of the Republic of Calvin. I'm sure I'm the last person you would expect to see here.
Prince Albert is one thing, but President Rocksmith?
It's not as surprising, because, I mean, it could always be... And then suddenly Osborn just shows up. I'm here to participate in this operation. And it'd be like, wait, what? That would be... Now that would be a surprise.
And in person, no less. What's the President of Calvert doing here? We're on the verge of war.
That is exactly
asking
why I chose to
the
attend,
questions.
Machius Regnitz.
And he has good ears.
Ah, and you must be the acting Duke Alberea. And, you're Fee Clausel,
The three most
correct?
important people in Class 7. Marcius, that acting Duke Alberea, and Fee.
Let me guess. She told you.
As I suspected, you work for Calvert's Central Intelligence Department.
That she does. It may or may not have already been sussed out by plenty of people, but Second Lieutenant Kayla. And on the other side, the other person we met a while back is actually Lucy Seyland, is actually
That's
a
right.
secretary to...
I'm a
Van
second
Feria.
lieutenant in the CID, as well as a member of the Special Force Hercules. Thanks for your help before, by the way.
I'm Lucy Sayland, private secretary to the Grand Prince. For those of you we met before, it's a pleasure to see you again.
Now I understand. You were investigating Erebonia's internal affairs to prepare for today's meeting.
Wait, back up a sec. If the heads of Rematheria and Calvert are here, then...
There's only one more big nation we're missing.
That's right. Somewhere other than the bell. I can't come up with a funny joke. But
It would
yes,
seem they've arrived.
in the blurred distance, even with
They made
glasses
it.
on, which is a bit of a
Oh, you
nuisance.
have got to be shitting me.
LeBeau has just as much a stake in this as anyone else, after all.
So it makes 100% perfect sense for us to finally see Cassius in glorious 3D. Oh, and Chloe
It's the
too.
Princess of LeBeau.
Oh, I'm saying that rather
And
mean,
beside her,
actually.
Man,
I should be more
today's
happy
just
about it.
full of surprises, isn't
It's
it?
not that surprising. They're right next to the bell in this mother side.
Sorry for the delay. I have to say, this is the most luxurious ship I've ever seen.
Thank you once again for inviting us.
Chloe! Oh wait, sorry, too busy being Crown Princess now. Claudia von Oslis. Part member in the Sky Games, funnily enough. And of course, Lieutenant General Cassius Bright, ain't he so darn cool? Goes the entire Sky trilogy.
My name is Claudia von
Heavenly
Auslis.
Faster.
I will be participating on behalf of Queen Alicia II of Liberl. Delighted to make your acquaintance, everyone.
Cassius Bright, Lieutenant General of the Royal Army of Liberl. Unfortunately, we don't really have time for pleasantries. How about we get straight down to business?
Things must be important if we need a Defined Blade and Ween Schwarzer on here. But then again, maybe that's... if only we had Arios here. Then we'd have 2 Defined Blades. Important meeting stuff occurring, and a bunch of the people that help others out leaving the room, because they don't need to be privy to every little thing. So the plan here is, I'm going to intentionally get captured, and you guys will all save me. No, that's a terrible idea. No, right, okay, we'll do the other plan then. The other plan. Right, okay, so what we're going to do is we're just going to magically just make it so Osborn doesn't fight anyone. We're going to force him to be peaceful. We'll manipulate him to say peace in our times, and then everyone will hate him, just like everyone hated Neville Chamberlain. This feels more like a summit than an informal meeting of concerned parties. Here's Mose after all. Yeah, but Eustace and Angelica must have known this was coming, right? Yeah, Mose planned to include representatives from powers outside Erebonia right from the beginning, aka back during the conference. Though we had no idea who exactly would be invited or in attendance. Turns out Operation Mirage has many influential backers. And Lieutenant General of the Bell is among them. Cassius Bright, the tactical genius who stopped the Empire's invasion during the 100 Days War. There were several factors to the 100 Days War at this point, Kirk. You should know that one. After the war, he left the army and worked as a bracer for a while. He and my father were good friends. I remember something involving him around 4 years ago. I played the Sky Games. Right, when multiple Erebonia branches of the guild were blown up. Oh, wait, no, my bad. That was always occurring at the same time, and all the stuff in the bell. A lot of stuff happened in the past, basically. Now he's having a friendly chit-chat with the president of Calvert, whose country is about to get invaded by Erebonia. Thanks for the recap, bro. That Muse is an excellent matchmaker. He's even reached out to Emetheria. Wow. Emetheria is in a similar situation as the Bell right now. The Empire especially bothered them to allow the army safe passage through. Well, they're requesting military access, and those fuckers keep going, I'll just leave it there while I do this other thing. Starts trying to build a boat and fell horribly. And that's enough about my knowledge on the Navy in Hearts of Iron 4. Neither are particularly willing to do so, but they fear retaliation should they decline. Refusal could be construed as siding with Calvert. Small nations can't afford to be assertive against the overwhelming power of the belligerent Erebonia. They've put both Imperium and the Bell, they've put so much distance between the Netherlands and Belgium. And actually, no, it's probably more Luxembourg. Yeah, that'll probably be the main topic of discussion today, I think. While those nations can't openly oppose the Empire, we, along with bracers and the Special Support Section, are more free to take action. This is a good opportunity to speak with the other parties involved. Not just the Bell and Crossbow, but Emetheria, and even Calvert too. Indeed, there is no better time for us to exchange information. It's also the ideal time to speak one's mind freely. After discussions have concluded, I'd like to speak with the Grand Prince and the President myself. You've got guts, I'll give you that, though I wouldn't mind exchanging a few words with them either. And I'll like to talk with Elliot this time. And Grand Princess Claudia too. Of course. Seriously? Well, I guess this is your best shot getting close to her. By the way, Ash, don't you and Joshua go way back? Look, that ain't confirmed, and I don't really remember him. Yeah, Ash just downplaying it all. Still, you two might want to talk and clear things up. Yeah, that's what this thing's all about, isn't it? There's going to be a dinner after the main talks, we can talk about more personal stuff then. Principal invited us here, so there's no point in acting like wallflowers. Yes, let's make the most of it. Okay, well, everyone now is going to spin it off, and they're going to be in their various groups talking to people, and Reno thinks that he should talk to them as well, and everyone checking with people, specifically. So, basically we've got our objectives of who we do need to talk to, and the party is temporarily disbanded, And the ministry will progress once we see the required sub-offense. So the required stuff is in WED. Anyone that doesn't have WED in them, we can just talk to anyway for optional dialogue. Although, as you can see, there's these main groups of WED exclamation marks. This is where it turns out Operation Mirage is just the world's biggest orgy ever. And in that case, I'm going to go and set age restriction on. I'm joking, of course, as I ever do. Our first group of people, Lord, Gaius, Crow, well, this isn't that different, to be honest. Damn you, game. It's nice to speak with you again. We haven't had a chance to talk leisurely since we were at the Ismailis Garden. It's been so long. Kind of having an identity crisis when we last met. Somehow we've always been too busy to really talk. Yeah, true. Damn, all the generals here were strong as hell. You managed to hold off McBurn all on your own in Langlo, that fucking canyon. That's pretty damn awesome. My father fought McBurn as well, though he seemed away at the time the damage his body suffered manifested later. Have you noticed anything similar? No, luckily I seem to be perfectly fine. Picture me strangling Falcom. So one person gets freaking, but nobody else! And either McBurn got nerfed, or Bardias is a lot stronger than Falcon Arseed, in which case, damn you, Falcom! I don't think it's because McBurn was going easy on me. He seemed dead set on inflicting as much pain as possible. I think it might have been particularly vicious when he was fighting Viscount Arseed. Well, to be fair, that was in the Andrew Console too, so yeah. I was worried about Wars too. Good to know he's okay. It'd be nice to have a friendly duel with him one day. Didn't you already do that in Console 3? We can also now just talk to Gaius and Bardias. Well, it's like you, Schwarzer. You look awfully serious. Situation's pretty grave. At least I finally have a sense of what direction I should be heading in. I've got my allies to thank for that, and for lending me their strength. Yeah, that's good. Gaius, you seem to have gotten used to your new powers. Barkhorn was a legend, there's no doubt about that. But I think it'll be another. That's kind of you to say so. I never want to sound patronising, but I've been concerned about you. I see now that I needn't have worried, you're doing well for yourself. And you'll go far if you keep it up. Haha! You know how to build my confidence. I appreciate it. Yeah, they're both so generous with Barkhorn. I'm thankful they've got a good relationship. I should speak with Cassius soon. Well, Cassius is about places. Anyway, inside this singular room is Duvalie, Rosine, and Celine. Oh, there you are. Introducing yourself to all the important people, are you? Well, I thought it wouldn't hurt. What are you up to? Not much. We're merely standing around. I've been on this airship before. I've seen all there is to it. Anyway, the talks will soon be over, so I might as well wait here. Something bothering her? She's not hiding it very well, is she? It's about that man from the bell, Cassius. She's been acting funny around him. I get it, he's a master of the 8 leaves 1 blade style. He used to go by the nickname Define Blade, which then ended up being retroactively just be like the moniker of those that have mastered it. Because Arios is also a Define Blade. Hey, what are you talking about behind my back? It's rude to exclude people from their conversation when they're right there with you. Sometimes we need to be negative towards people while they're standing in front of us, Duvalie, you bitch. Okay, I'm being mean. Haha! Sorry about that. How are you doing, Rosine? Everything okay? More or less. I received a report of some Ouroboros activity from the High Seat when I was on the way here. Nothing's happened yet, though. By the way, has there been some sort of incident in the Holy See of Italia? I think Emma mentioned something about that too. Frida might know more about it, but as luck would have it, she's not here, of course. Yes. Maybe she'll turn up eventually. Maybe, but as for me, I'm happy she's keeping her distance. I can relax without her annoying presence setting my teeth on edge. Haha! Enjoy it while you can. Joy asked to start to fetch you a saucer of warm milk. Good idea. Thanks, Rosine. Rosine is a good one in her books. Anyways, moving along, out in the middle bit here, as we can remember, of course, Blue Bonk was around here when we were able to talk to people in the Pantagruel during Coastal 2. Tell Angelica and Marcus talking to Kayla. There are we. Steadily working your way through the crowd, chatting everyone up. Are you going to talk to Kayla too? Yeah, if that's okay. Special Second Lieutenant Kayla. Yes, you may speak to me at any time without reservation, Ashen Chevalier. I'm grateful for your help the other day. I had a feeling you guessed who I was right from the start. I had my suspicions. It seems I enjoyed your conversation. What was it about? We were just touching upon recent internal affairs in Calvert. I'm not sure what you might have heard about the situation there. The ruling party lost to the opposition in the recent elections. Once President Rock Smith's term ends, he'll be forced to step down. So your entire government's being swapped out. That's a drastic change. The country is already in a crisis, but there's also been acts of terrorism carried out by the anti-immigration faction. I see. Immigration is a very divisive issue in the Republic. With each passing day, it's becoming more apparent how weak our country is. I expect our leaders to announce a new course of action after today's discussion. Thank you. I have a handle on Calvin's situation now. Despite her young age, Kayla was remarkably sharp. And while there is dialogue with Rocksmith we can definitely get out of him, yeah, right, we'll see how Calvin's government is doing in the future when we get to Daybreak. Because there's this whole war thing going on. By the way, it's so good to see you again, Kayla. How has Kilika been doing? As well as ever, she's one iron lady. You make it sound as though a long time has passed since you were last in Calvert. Angelica, that Kilika, is she who I think she is? You picked up on her name, huh? She's a petitioner of Taito. She's the one who taught me. I thought so. Kayla, have you ever been trained in the Taito style? No, although I do admire Eastern martial arts and swordsmanship, pursuing those arts requires serious dedication and investment of one's time. I admire you for having reached intermediate level of the 8 leaves one, great style. Thanks. There's a little extra bit of dialogue there. Anywho's, there's a lot of people in that room. Let's go to this room, which contains a bunch of people talking to Lucy. And having a nice good drink. I've got myself a can of Fanta. This coffee is excellent. Those words coming out of my mouth. Yeah, and the biscuits are great. They're Remiferia's specialties. I'm glad they're to your liking. Afternoon coffee and biscuits. What a wonderful What a wonderful custom. I could get used to this. I'm talking too much. Haha! So true. I was worried that you'd be pretty unapproachable since you're the Grand Prince's secretary. I was surprised to learn you're not that much older than us, though. So many people in high positions that are so young. Damn you, Falcon. Really just shows how inferior the average human being is. You're really young for your position. My situation is quite different. I'm close friends with Princess Alphen. It was more. I've been appointed especially for this occasion. My family is quite well known in Mamifaria. You might have heard of the Silence. Oh yeah, we have. Let me think. Cylon. Where have I heard that name before? The Cylon Company produces medical equipment shipped worldwide. Mamifaria is famous for being at the forefront of medical research, which becomes a bartering chip in relations with other nations. The Cylon family, besides only a prosperous medical company, has strong connections in government. You've done your homework. The current state of affairs is deeply worrying for Mamifaria. Our country is small and relies on advanced technology and scientific research to remain afloat. We're not prepared to deal with this war in the slightest. I understand your predicament. I wish there was something we could do to help. Well, let's see how these talks go fast. I was wondering what her special secretary position was all about. It's very good with words though. It's easy to see things from her perspective and she encourages others to side with her. Grand Prince made the right choice in appointing her. And that's all we need to do with that. Wing doesn't actually go and talk to them. Avoiding... Oh god, they both have loads of people. Alright, let's go in this room. And... Grace, when did you get on the ship? Well, I sure am lucky getting invited on board the Pantagruel to carry out exclusive interviews, that's our Grace, of many interesting people all in one place. Ellie, Tio, Alyssa, and even Emma of the Hexen clan. This has got to be fate. Adios must have guided me here to interview you. What do you say? Maybe later if it doesn't take too long. Sorry, but I prefer if you kept me out of the papers. You're ever the keen journalist, Grace. You should be aware of this, but you won't be allowed to publish anything about this meeting in the foreseeable future. What about the freedom of press? Just kidding. Actually, Grace does understand the importance of it all. I understand that being invited to this top secret get-together is a great privilege and I won't be able to write about it for a while. But once international relations become somewhat normalised, maybe I'll get the green light to publish a special report on this. After all, my duty as a journalist is to observe and document important events. Now that's definitely an important role. That's a sensible approach to take. Yeah. I will take everything she says with a grain of salt. You're hoping the materials you gather here will win you the Pulitzer Prize, aren't you? Anyway, there's no harm in it, is there? I missed my chance last year and the year before. That's Grace, a journalist lurking for a spell. Whatever her reason, she must impress the white people to be allowed here. Yeah, definitely. She's one of those damn friends of the SSS at this point. Once again, a bunch of Azashima, so we talk again. Haha! The man of the hour! Wayne Schwartzer, will you agree to an interview? I'm not at liberty to talk about a lot of things. Grace, you're putting him on the spot. She's very single-minded about interviewing people, but she's a nice person. Boo! You're no help at all, T.O. Wayne, you look just like Grace walking around and sniffing out info. Well, it's not like I'm not curious about the meeting. By the way, I was surprised that Thea didn't show up. Me too. She left the barrier and vanished somewhere. Worries me a little. Yeah, it's kind of suspicious, huh? You're nervous she's plotting something? I don't mean to sound ungrateful, since she's helped us numerous times, but Thea is known to pursue pretty questionable goals. She is an Angress of Ouroboros! The only reason why she's siding with us in this game is because she doesn't want the world to end, which is weird considering that's the whole objective of Ouroboros! Is to fulfill their plans! And their plan happens to be to end the world! Sorry, it's just an inconsistency in my opinion. I think we should give her the benefit of the doubt. Everyone's innocent until proven guilty, right? Unless you know they're part of an evil organization. See, this is something Genshin Impact has an issue with the Fatui. Too many of them are actually likable. Thanks, Ween. Heh, funny the same could be said of my mother. We'll deal with that later, spoiler alert. Chamiarina, well, she's raised a wonderful daughter. There's no way she could be a bad person. Well, compliments aside on that one, I'd argue. Oh, thanks. That was nice of you. Do I sense a scoop? Why is the Agent Chevalier so sweet to you? Are you perhaps in a relationship? Well, if Falcon wanted them to be, they would have just done that instead of doing the whole goddamn Ween vortex of doom that many of the girls ended up being in. Grace, control yourself! Oh, an angry Ellie. We better get out of here while we can. Sorry. You can tell her off any number of times. She goes back to her ammo right away. Well, it's nice for Cold Steel players to be introduced to Grace, considering Cold Spell wasn't the easiest thing to get into beforehand. You've bulked up since the last saw you, Lloyd. Goddamn steroid abuse. You haven't grown tall as much as you got wider in the shoulders. You can finally play rugby. Yay! Life's on the one, better than hitting the gym. I had to get my outfits retailored. Oh, I didn't notice. You see him every day, so the difference isn't as obvious. But he looks more like his brother now, doesn't he? I haven't seen him in pictures, but yeah, I'd say so too. Now, if only I had his height too. Oh, come on, that would just be cheating at that point. Is that Guy Banks you are referring to? He was once a high-ranking officer at the Crossbell Police Department, but died in the line of duty 5 years ago. And if you want to know more, if he doesn't say it, play Crossbell games. Yeah, we used to live nearby. I don't know him from visions of the past I've seen here and there. He was super tall and he seemed like a really reliable guy. Yeah, I feel like such a kid compared to him. But there's no use in wishing I was more like my brother. I've got to play the cards I've been dealt. See, I don't have this issue because I don't have this thing called an older sibling. It's me you've got, not him. And I'm determined as can be to end this and work towards independence for Crossbell. Me too. Spoken like a true leader. It is no wonder you were able to shake myself and instruct Ween off during our encounter 2 years ago. I thought that was a tie. Anyway, at least before a lot in fact. I might have had it easier than him. It's news to me that he had a brother though. Sparrow sounds like an amazing person too. We need to go and play Trails, the Crossbow games. Whatever. Anyway, Ween now can walk up to them. Instruct the Ween. Aren't you busy playing nice with everyone? Well, we've got to make the most of this opportunity. Lloyd, there's a lot for us to catch up on. Haha! I'd love to have a drink or two with you if we had the time, but... Sweet, I'm coming too. Thanks, Randy. I'd probably go to a place I know when... when this thing lands. It's got some pretty nice... Randy! Pardon me, but yeah, the girl's over here. So, good job there, Randy. Alright. That's just like Randy. Actually, that reminds me. Where actually has Mal's busy elsewhere right now. Yeah, there's a bunch of different factions to play here, both within and outside Erebonia. The other members of the SSS and our close allies are all busy dealing with them, like Noel, Chief Shaggy, Dudley, and Arios. That's right, Fun and Wazzy help out sometimes too. Sonia, Muriel have been keeping their heads down though. They can't do too much considering their position. The members of the 10 Crossbow Guardian Force Snap was absorbed by the Imperial Army, aren't they? Both very capable officers. Yeah, they have the same objective we do, but different obligations. Damn it. Not related to the contents of today's meeting. Okay, I'm starting to get a clearer picture. You can't help but get an idea of the master plan looking at all the people Muse and General are getting fired here. Well, Win, I'm impressed. Do you ever think about becoming a detective? But that's your job, Lloyd. I know I can match up to the pros. Okay, can someone tell me what's going on? Same here, the only thing I know for sure is that these two got to stop showing off already. I believe you are just projecting, Instructor Andy. You could do the same if you tried, Randy. Hey, I'm not sure I like what you're saying, Kido. Oh well, we're in chats with Lloyd's group for a while, because, yep. And, ho ho ho, what do we have here? You know, I don't think I've ever run out of things to chat with you about, but if I could bring up just one more thing, I heard from you play a bit of Vanish Masters. I play against KO from time to time, so if you're ever wearing for a match, you let me know. Oh yeah, you're on! Though we'll have to make sure things don't get too out of hand. You're telling me, we can now play Vanish Masters against Lloyd, let's do it. My deck is probably quite shit actually, thinking it through, but regardless, we'll just keep going for the thing, and he's using the Beast card, which means counter attack deals +2 damage.
To a good, clean match.
That's painful. And it's already 4 attack, which means he gets off on a correct foot there. Yeah, that would do for a hand. Oh. Oh, my everything. Right, let us just get rid of that monster. So yeah, Wild Draw allows Lloyd to just draw another card, so damn it. All of those draw monster cards, they are. Shame that it's gonna cost me free. I can't boost anymore. Well, next time we'll definitely. Oh god. I have a plan. You sell that card. How much does that do? 4. That's painful. But that's not near enough to what I would want to be. I'll do that for now. Ugh. Oh, that's a lot of cards. No! Damn you! A card that can act twice and is a 5/5 with flying. What in the bullshit is this? I can't even tap from this world. And that's now in the way! This is great. And we did no damage with this. I want to do that for purposes of other stuff. There's no point trying to remove Seal because no one needs Seal. Also, I think he used a card that meant that is just real fun, and he's not really. We'll do that. Oh, they all gain a boost to their fucking stuff, don't they? Oh, that is annoying. Well, the best I can do is like seal his beast, and then I can just attack it really without issue. But it's those Darkholms. I have no real way to. Oh, that is a surge of monsters. Darn. They're all going to be really good against that one, which means let's go with his archer because that's just going to be a pain in the ass otherwise. Oh, these Darkholms, I swear to God. Oh, we really should not be using our master up front. I don't know why I sealed. I've got no other strategy. And now he's healing because he's got the armors, and I can deal with him in time. Darn. Okay, well, okay. Damn these health value stuff. Right, there we go. That deals with that, which means now we can deal with these a lot better. Just do this so I can move my guard up and attack. I need to deal with that beast. I need to deal with these Darkholms for that matter. Fucking hell. Water's really bad for this one. Fucking hell. Really, the best I can do is just stop him from drawing. Ah, God, he has a... Why is his deck entirely... Oh, yeah, it's Lloyd. What am I on about? That kills. Damn it. But it gets rid of all that damn additional health value stuff that get in my way. Right, now we can skill that. Actually means I do want to get rid of it. We're running out of whiskey. Yep, he can't do shit. Cool, that's good, because he apparently doesn't want to move his card. So that means what we've got going on here is good enough. Actually, I'm gonna need to get rid of that barrier if I want to actually hit that bomb column. But you know what, yeah, getting rid of it's a good idea. We really should have done so by now. Ah, no, another Diyama, really? Ah, and he also gets rid of me thing. I just got this instead. That gets rid of it, so unless he's got no one in the wings. Right, okay, we've managed to somehow stall Lloyd to the point where he's not able to do anything. Yay! Oh, wait, no, not end time for this out moves. There we go. He's got whatever he has in his thing. Okay, he left the cost. Just stop hurting me, game. I have to kill that. Guarantee. He legit has no cards. And he can't move his card. He doesn't... And there is no deck out rule. Which is kind of funny. You think that there would be. But then again, you could actually cheese it then. Very much so. Wait, we win. I'll just murder with one of my archers.
Dang. You're good at this.
We did it. And we get some Dark Homes out of it. Which are actually very nice cards to get. Woo. Anyways, moving along to our next room, we've got our last room for now. Sarah and Fee talking to Tia, Estelle, and Josette's here. Yay! Never dreamed I'd be in the presence of the President of Calvard and the Grand Prince of Wemefaria. Grand Prince Claudia and Lieutenant General Cassius are here too. Man, this place is grand top to bottom with bigwigs. Me, on the other hand, I'm just some smuck with an airship. What am I doing here mingling with them? What's the problem? You're great at mingling. And besides, you've been helping out Lloyd and Ween a bunch. No reason for you not to be here. By the way, thanks for helping me and Aya cross the border into the Empire. Things have been way harder without you. Tia, I told you that was no big deal. Saved my bacon too in Heimdall. Seems like Capura Delivery Service is always there to help when we're in a pinch. Your services are a lifeline for the guild too. Everyone's very thankful to have you guys around. You don't work for Jaegers, and you stay away from shady business. That counts in your favour too. Look, it's a business, and we do what we have to in order to turn a profit. Oh, she's blushing. Well, anyone would blush near Estelle, I would argue, but... Oh, you guys, stop it! You really like teasing her, huh? Don't worry, it's friendly teasing. Of course. Leaves, as well as the lounge campus, used to be within the Capra Barony. The members of Capra Delivery Service used to be Sky Bandits, but they seem like decent people. Well, as decent as they can be, obviously. Hey, Ween. You're quite the social butterfly today. Just making sure I get to talk to everyone. Cassius is next on my list. Makes sense since you're both studying with Master Kaife after all. If I'm being honest, I'm not really sure why he and Chloe agreed to come all the way here. I don't know what to think about this Duchess Kyan. The whole meeting is giving me some bad vibes. Mizo's not a bad words. Mizo's not a bad person, I promise. I can only imagine she must have been planning this for a while. She tries not to show it, but the situation in the Empire was probably bothering her a lot. You noticed too, didn't you, Instructor? Yeah, I did. But from what I've heard, Yuna saw right through her when they met back up. Yep.
Sure, you may also be a genius who can come up with plans to change the fate of the world, but that's beside the point. There's no way an ordinary girl like you would be okay with a plan that would cost millions of people their lives,
I guess Wing was
there?
informed about what Yuna said, for the purposes for this flashback to make any sense. Her mask fell for a second there. She's only 16 too, even younger than V. Yeah, well, I won't stop there. I've heard this and that about the Cayenne family. The Duke before the last was widely believed to be a just and wise noble. When he died in an accident, his younger brother inherited the title, but all he cared about was his personal interests. I was a villain once! Musei's foolish uncle even stirred up the Civil War, and their family was about to be stripped of their title and privilege. And yet here we are with Musei as the mastermind behind a plan to save the world. She's got more guts than anyone on this ship. I think I empathize with her more after hearing that. Yeah, me too. Meanwhile, over there, a bunch of people we can't see when fully because of Ash's angelic wings. Judging from what I've heard, there's no surprise she understands. There's no telling how these talks will go until they're over and done with. But regardless of what major events are set in motion, we must not forget about the individuals that will be swept up. Misa's one of those individuals, so do me a favour and stay by her side. I doubt you need me to tell you that though. You really are amazing, huh? Haha! You really just say what you think about being around the bush, huh? I see now why Tia compares you to the sun. You're bright and you dispel any shadows of doubt in others. Thanks for the advice. That was my intention all along, but I needed the kick to get around to it. Haha! Glad to help. Good luck. Thanks. Estelle wishes us luck. Whoopee, and there's more things to talk about here. Oh, Estelle, there's something I've been dying to know. You and Joshua are together, right? But how far exactly have you guys gone? Fee! That's so out of the blue! Don't try to wiggle out of it now. I'm burning with curiosity too. You wouldn't have tried to dodge the question. Unless... Whoa. Why are you all bugging me about it? Ah! I can't tell you when Ween's right there. What if he hears? Looks like they're talking about something personal. I don't want to be a third, but that's like 6 of you here. I better go. Also, ignoring the fact that certain other group of people are here, like Ash and Agate. And Cartoon, maybe. When am I forgetting? When it exists. Anyways. Hey, Kurt and Ash. Good to see you again. Happy to have your instructor back? Yes, very much so. It was only possible thanks to everyone's help. Agate was pretty impressive with that sword of his. Really see where he got the name Heavy Blade. Those two weren't bad either. I might have taken a couple of swings, but I was one of the many taking part in Operation Bust Ween Out. Same goes for me and Kia. Maybe our timing was lucky, but credit goes to everyone equally. Joshua, Ash. Don't you two have something important to talk about? When? Just why, don't put it off. Everything's going to shit right now. There's no guarantee you'll be able to see each other again. Yes, we should sort things out now. There's no denying that Raquel has become home to you, Ash. I'm sure there's value in learning about the place that led you there. Humph. There's no voice line. Hamel was just a small village, had no more than a few dozen inhabitants. As a result, there were very few children living there. Love was the oldest at 16, hence why he was very quickly an enforcer. My sister Karen was 15, and I was 6. But there was another boy too, and he was 3 years old. He was too young to play with us much, but ever since he was a baby, we looked after him. I was looking forward to playing with him when he was a little older. He was almost like a little brother to me. Aww. But then those peaceful days abruptly ended. Yep, all the animal stuff again as per usual. Group of Jaeger dropouts posing as the Royal Army opened fire on the villagers. I watched on as Jan and Amelia were shot. There was blood everywhere. The son fell to the ground, blood all over his clothes. We fled. We ran and ran, too afraid to look back. Survival was the only thing on our minds. That boy didn't die though. He had merely fainted from shock. We had no idea. Eventually we made it out of the village. Love stayed behind to distract our pursuers. He told me and Karen to keep running. Then our brothers snooped him up, but we got ambushed by another group of Jaeger dropouts. Karen then dies and Joshua gets scooped up by Ouroboros, and then all the Sky Games are cut. Joshua. That's truly heart-wrenching. I've heard it before, but it gets me every time. That's what happened 14 years ago. At least that's how I remember it. That boy we left behind might have had a different perspective on the events that day. He may have hated us for escaping without him. I can't blame him. The bullet you fired at Emperor Eugen should have been for me. It should have been me, not him. I should have been shot. Fucking Joshua. Joshua. It's alright, man. It was a shock when I heard about what happened in Heimdall. I realised the burden that boy from Hamel had to live with. But even though I felt immense guilt that we hadn't checked to see if he was alive, that we hadn't taken him with us, there was another feeling too. Overwhelming joy. Can't say how happy it made me when I found out he had survived. Joshua. Thanks for being patient and listening to this long story of mine. Hair change. Don't know why you bother telling me when it's got nothing to do with me, but it wasn't entirely boring. I managed to stay awake till the end. Ash. Glad to hear it. Thanks, Ash. The Hamel tragedy took place about the same time I was first taken to Ymir. I'm glad Ash was able to hear Joshua's story. And we can now walk up and talk to them again. Now with Ween actually entering the conversation. Oh, I didn't notice you were there, instructor. Hey, Ween. Dude, eavesdrop much? Sorry about that. But the same event Joshua was talking about pretty much changed the course of my life too, so it's at least a little relevant to me. Why are you so defensive, Ash? I thought you said Joshua's story had nothing to do with you. Ha, just got you there. Whatever. Screw all that old drama. We got plenty of new drama we could talk about instead. For example, what's going on with you and Russell, huh? Ah, damn it, Ash! The hell are you talking about? Huh? Oh, why don't you share with the rest of the class? When? It's not like that. Damn, can't even see what's right in your front of your face, old man. We all know what's going on. It's obvious to anyone with half a brain. Who are you calling old, you brat, little brat? I'm only 28, which is why Falcon trying to push Agid and Tita is gross. There is definitely a large enough age gap. Why are we even talking about this? That's a very Ash way to change the topic. He used to be such a crybaby. I'm glad Adria's kept him safe. No, not just her. Thanks to a number of kind-hearted people. Top of the list, obviously Kurt, then of course Ween, then the person that took Ash in. Yeah, thanks for sharing that story with us, Joshua. Of course, thank you as well, Ween, for all you've done for him. Yeah, we've done a good job. Anyways, that is all done. More character notes galore, but anyway. With that done, we now have to walk to the middle, where the game will then update things and various other factors, because, yep, sounds like the meeting's over. The leaders start walking out the door. And there's a Cassius. He's a leader over himself at this point, obviously.
Oh, you there, young man.
You're Reen Schwarzer, correct?
Oh, my nose. Yes, that's right. I'm honored to make your acquaintances. I hope Chiplock was paid by the word. I really do. I hope NIS paid the VAs for all the 4 calls still get for calls to 3 and 4 by the word, because it just feels like they never fucking actually were used for anything. It's like, just read this one line. There we go. That's all we need you for. Even though you're the main character, you know, it's just like weird. I'm having to read most of the lines.
Stories of the Ashen Chevalier have certainly made their rounds across Calvin. Though I suppose not all of those stories paint you in the
well, we did have to work for the government after all. That's perfectly understandable. However, I hear you single-handedly destroyed a number of our tanks and gunships without killing those within. It's quite a feat, which spiked my curiosity. I see now why Lady Mildine, Princess Alphin, and General Le Guin hold you in such high esteem. Because they all know Ween. Thank you for the compliment. Please accept my apologies about your tanks. It was nothing personal. You've also played a part in the Northern War. A shit anime. Yay. Didn't you? Ramatheria and Northumbria have been on friendly terms for quite a long time. It pains me greatly we could not do anything to help them. Your involvement contributed to a significant reduction in casualties among their citizens, though. Because Ween is a good guy. You give me too much credit. I wasn't acting alone. Yeah, Sarah, Fee, Altina, they were there. Well, no, Fee wasn't. Sarah was. Sarah, Altina, maybe 1 or 2 of the characters from the Northern War anime? Nah, it doesn't matter. No need to be so humble. I heard stories about you from refugees who fled to Ramatheria when Northumbria was incorporated into the Erebonian Empire. Haha! Modesty is a fine trait, but it starts to grate when people downplay their achievements. It's main choice we're talking about, though, so that kind of happens. Acknowledge your importance. You're the person whose actions may very well decide the fate of the world, after all. Didn't someone break Street Date for Kai? I read somewhere about that. I'm like, oh god, no, that's out now. Oh, I'm gonna have to avoid the internet for a bit. There's still plenty of time until dinner. If you'd like to chat some more, I'll be in my room. Since the acting Duke Capoeira and the fellow from the Inspectorate are here, why not invite them along as well? I've already informed them. I will also be retiring to my room until dinner. Feel free to come and see me if you wish. I'd like to speak with Lloyd too. I'll go and tell him. But while they're off to go and talk to various other people, this does update our situation.
I was wondering when we'd finally get the chance to meet.
Yeah, Cassius. And Chloe, yay. I'm happy to see them. Lieutenant General Blight. I've heard much about you from Master Kai Fei. I don't think I've had the chance to introduce myself to you either, Your Highness. I'm Wei Schwarzer, son of Baron Tio Schwarzer and disciple of the 8 Leaves 1 Blade School. I currently work as an instructor for Ford's Military Academy Spanish campus. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Oh, no. The pleasure is all mine, I assure you. In a way, this feels closer to a reunion than a first meeting. Perhaps it's due to all the tales I've heard about you from Tita and Josette.
Damn you, Tio and Josette, what did you
and
say?
From Prince Olivert as well.
And that was to be more expected. I'm honoured to hear that. What happened to Oliver was truly heartbreaking. He had this grand vision, you see. It wasn't only with Erebonia's best interests in mind, but those of the entire continent. Yes, he was a great man. Victor and Toval were good friends of mine as well. Their deaths have dealt a heavy blow to Erebonia. I'd even say it was felt by the whole continent. But now we must carry on without them. Even if that involves committing to something they most certainly would have never approved of. Oh, Muse, what are you thinking of? Huh? If you like, why don't you stop by to chat for a bit before dinner? Cassius, you want to talk to Estelle, didn't you? Yes, and the others as well. Gwen, Tita, Agate, get the whole band back together. Please do come along, Green. We could reminisce about Master Kai Fei together. I'll definitely stop by.
Oh, Rain! There you are!
And Alphen, in her princess dress, looking as weak as ever. Hello, Princess Alphen. Are you alright? Of course. I was a little shocked about the topics of discussion, but I suppose it's good we were able to talk about all those pressing issues. Princess. I see. Looks at Muse. I'm sorry I couldn't fulfill the intended scale when I invited you, Princess. I trust you understand this was an inevitable reality. Your presence here was of the utmost importance. Yes, I'm well aware of my responsibilities. With neither father nor my brothers available, it falls to me to represent the Imperial family and remain informed of the current situation. Would you be so kind as to share some of that information with us at dinner? That's the plan. We could use more input on the matters at hand. We'll all be cooperating, of course. Bracers, SSS, representatives of Force should make their voices heard too. We'll need to know where they intend to position themselves between Operations Jormungand and Mil Mirage. We obviously aren't siding with Operation Jormungand, so... Dinner won't be served for a while though. Princess Alphen, at least, why don't you join me for tea? You may join us while instructor, but the topic of discussion will most likely not interest you, given how easily you embarrass. Ah, damn it, Muse. I can never tell if you're joking, Muse, but tea sounds good to me. I'm released on this one for once. Yes, count me in too, goes Alphen. Oh, maybe Claudia could join us. Yes, I'll extend an invitation to her. Shadoween, will you be coming? Oh, please do. If you insist, I'll see you in a bit. My mind needs to get out the gutter, because of what I thought was being said. Alright, goes Elise. And... off they go. So many people off walking in the same direction, even though I'm sure a few of them will end up in the other rooms. There's still time to chat with attendees before dinner. I might want to speak with the President and Prince Albert. There's Lieutenant General Bright too. People have moved to new locations and will be progressing as per usual. Some optional content will become unavailable once we progress in the story, aka there may or may not be people we need to talk to, get sub stuff going. And there are some sub events here we can actually, do first, which we should do really. Someone's talking the other side of the door. Reen eavesdropping as per usual. It's Grace. Wowzers. An exclusive interview like this sure makes my day. What are your thoughts on the developments since the trade conference 2 years ago? And what's your take on the recent incidents in the Principality? I've answered those questions for the ardent press before. Grace, was it? Listen, Grace, it's all very well that you're so motivated, but you should think your questions through beforehand. Somehow it hurts that much more being told off by a stunningly beautiful woman. Yeah, Lucy does look quite beautiful. Yeah. Sounds like they're in the middle of a spirited conversation. Anyway, let's visit the LaBelle waiting room for now. Yeah, the game wants us to go to the LaBelle waiting room, but we can do a bit of eavesdropping. President Woodsmith, in your opinion, how's the prognosis for Calvert looking? Not too bad, I say, for now. Lady Mildean's sharp intellect is truly something to be feared, isn't it? Situation being as it is, I'm determined to see things through on my end. President Woodsmith. What the new party does for the country once it's in their hands, though, I really couldn't say. Potentially see daybreak. I don't know. I know it's in Calvert, so this may be of importance. I might have some information that could be of interest to you. Woodsmith's time is nearly over. I shouldn't interrupt that conversation. I'll come back a bit later. Ooh, actually, maybe there might be some relevance to this in to Woodsmith's time ending in Weatherly. Anyway, more importantly, LaBelle! Look at the LaBelle team and Josette. Chloe, how are you? I'm well, thanks. I haven't seen you in 3 months. Good to see you again, Joshua. When? And you guys. Yeah, the others don't need to be mentioned. Been a while. Tara and I saw you in Grand Cell before we saw for Arabonia. So happy to see you again. It was the same for us, but we headed to Calvert instead. How is the Queen? Very well. Thanks for asking after her. She couldn't have attended with all the attention around her right now. That's why she sent me in her stead. I see. She needed someone trustworthy to represent her. I mean, Cassius is right there. I don't think we needed Chloe. But hey, no, Chloe makes perfect sense. But if these talks are so crucial, why didn't Julia and Zeke come too? I imagine some urgent matters kept them busy. Zeke hardly has a moment to spare working as a messenger. I see. Based off that, I suppose I have an idea of what's going on. Yeah. I know people were just making small talk over tea and biscuits in there. Can you share anything with us, Dad? Well, we haven't seen each other in half a year, and straight to business with neither hello nor hug. I suppose a father can't hope for love and affection from his daughter once she's left the nest and become independent. Don't guilt trip me for not being all sugary sweet. You seem well anyway. Haha! You too, sunshine. Joshua, everything alright? Yes, all's going well. So you're Chloe's bodyguard today, Dad? Oh, God, I can just imagine someone like just showing up, watching this and being like, wait, hang on, tell Joshua there's something going on with them and they are related to... It's like, oh, God, that would just be like, it's not like that, I swear. Oh, don't tell me that's all you're here for, I won't believe it. Well, some have patience. Everything will be refilled soon enough. When? Did you get taller? You've grown a lot since I last saw you. I'm only taller by 5 Reg. I'll catch up with Tia at this rate. No, please don't. It took me so long to stop looking like a kid. Don't worry, Tia. You're still growing. You're only 16. This is why the age gap is a problem. Falcon, stop pushing the fucking Tia when I get stuff. Estelle had only just joined the braces when she was your age. It feels like it was only yesterday we were travelling around LaBelle together. For some, it feels like 20 years. I was a Sky Bandit back then. You might be older now, Estelle, but you're as happy-go-lucky as ever, I see. That's not the worst thing in the world, is it? As for you, Josette, even grown up, you never lost that little urchin attitude. It's part of my personal identity, you see. Tita, how have you been making a name for yourself? Your grandfather had nothing but praise for you. Apparently, though, your mother worries about you a lot. Oh, she's just a worrywart. I'll write her a lot to let her know I'm fine. I will message her to tell her everything's okay. She mentioned something about Agate getting his comeuppance next time she sees him too. Ah, poor Agate. Oh well. Says she was drafting a new research project involving human test subjects. We need a Geneva Convention in Samoria before Agate dies horribly. Ooh! Meanwhile, coming out with Agate's mouth. Mom. It's like the good old times. That reminds me, Estelle, did you see Sin when you were in Calvert? Oh yeah, Sin's not here. I did. It was just before I came to Arabonia. He asked me to pass messages for him to my dad and a few others. Oh, brilliant. Shame Sin's not around. I wouldn't mind seeing him punch people in the face very hard in the Cold Steel engine. I don't want to interrupt their fun. I should come back later. Oh, hello, Ween. Oh, fucking... oh, hello, Instructor Ween. Ween, sorry, we were so caught up in catching up, we didn't mean to exclude you. Oh, you're not... Oh, he's not rebellion, so... Don't be shy, boy. Come and join us. Yeah, sure, if you don't mind. And so now Ween gets to talk to them. Yay. We don't have dialogue, which is weird. I didn't mind some at least, but oh well. What a peaceful hour and 20 minutes it's been since I started the stream. We'll get to actual conflict occurring later. When? You seem to be enjoying yourselves. But that's no surprise when good friends get together. No. They bonded during the horrible shutdown phenomenon. It's regrettable Oliver is no longer with us, and Cheryl's gone missing as well. She's now buried somewhere. Regardless, we must stay focused on what's ahead of us and try to remain optimistic. Wise words. By the way, I'm happy to see you, Wing. Master Kaife has been telling me about you. This young man has even more potential than you, Cassius. Well, that's quite a lot of words there. I'm sure that's not true. He must have been teasing you. Besides, there are so many complicating factors now. Oh, and are you speaking of your background? I've heard of it. I'm aware of the cause of your auto appearance too. Don't worry too much about what you can't change, Ween. Oh, and by the way, I got a letter about you a month ago from a certain man on an eastward journey. You don't mean Master Kaife? You guys were just talking about him. But I was still imprisoned then. Yes, so I hear. Oddly enough, it was foretold in the letter. Whether it was prophecy or just a wild guess, I cannot tell. A frighteningly accurate prediction. What was the letter about exactly? That's the thing, Wing. In the light of the current situation, I'm afraid I cannot tell you yet. Hey, Kia, we've got to wait until Eventide. I'm spoiling that because I don't like Eventide. Well, actually, no, I'd like the bit with to do with Ring and Cassius in that, but I don't like Eventide. I've made my opinion on that. Very well known at this point. Huh? It's not the right time nor place. But to give you a rough idea, the letter regards mastery of our school of swordsmanship. Yeah, see, now I don't need to spoil things as well. But yeah, so we might be having to do some extended trials to do with some other stuff. Ooh, lovely. In this time of turbulence, become that flashing blade which illuminates the darkness, even if for the briefest moment. Remember, we did get a letter from Kaife back in Coastal Free. Once I return from the east and we have reunited, I shall impart to you my final teachings. The forms our master passed on to me are the first, Helix, and the seventh, Void. You, however, seem to be trying to touch on all 7 forms. In doing so, go beyond even Void. You understand how difficult such a feat will be, don't you? Of course, with where I am now, I'm not confident I could ever achieve it. But you're right, this isn't the place to discuss it. It's why Bean has Helix and Gale. It's just like, hey, it just makes sense. Just keep it in mind, we'll come back to it later. I'll relay our master's message for you once the circumstances are right. We've yet to see where today's talks lead to, but a time where great determination and sacrifice are needed is no doubt to come. I'll be ready for it. Everyone's just watching on. Aw, they got on like a house on fire. Yeah, you couldn't tell they only just met. Having something unique in common like their fighting style brings people together. I'm feeling a bit jealous now. Looks like we're the outsiders. Oh god, the NWO is forming. No, I totally get that though. Are you feeling left out too? Nah, why would I care? And to Grace! Excuse me for butting in. I'm from the Crossbell Times. Can you please spare some time for a really quick interview? Your Grace? Serious about your job, I see. I bet Niall and Dorothy gave you their list of questions for the attendees too. Yay, they mentioned those two. Yay. Cassius and Claudia agree to the interview. Wayne and others excuse themselves to give them some privacy. Fair enough. Meanwhile, at a table, Yuna, Ellie, Yulissa, and Aurelia. Everyone's been moving around. It's not time to chat with the attendees before dinner. People have moved once again, and there is optional content once again that we could end up missing, and holy red exclamation mark Batman. Well, we might as well talk to these lot first since the game basically showed us this. I feel like my voice is going. Ah, so your moved mum to so your moved mum. Can I not be dyslexic for one day reading all this text? So your mum moved to Arabonia. Yes, she couldn't stand Crossbow after splitting with my father, who's Calvardian, so she moved in with some distant relatives of hers in the Empire. That was 10 years ago. Time really does fly. Oh, I think you've told me about this before. If I'm looking for getting something. Whatever, it can't be important. That rings a bell, actually. Distant relatives of the noble McDowell family from Crossbow. That would be the Barons of Eastern Lemare, if I'm not mistaken. How did you... of course, you're from Lemare yourself. You're right. Family trees can get so sprawling you can't really tell who's related to who. Oh god damn it, there is a bunch of people that are basically the Habsburgs in Samoria then. Oh no, oh no, oh no. In fact, that Baron's family are also distant relatives of my family. Yeah, the more you know. Oh. Maybe that's why your hair colour's the same. That pale grey shade is definitely unusual, but the two of you have almost the exact same shade. That's right, one's in the family. We may be very distant cousins, but we share the same blood nonetheless. I had no idea. What a pleasant surprise. You're Ellie Le Guin, a cousin. Glad to have you as my family, Ellie McDowell. Aw, that's so sweet. Uh-oh, now I'll tense up every time I talk to Ellie. And why would that be, Miss Crawford? And then no reason. I suppose this hints at the close ties between Arabonia and Crossbow, which stretch back centuries. Crossbow's also been cooperating with Calvert for a long time. And now they're in this awkward position where they have to choose between one ally or the other. They don't really have that much of a choice, unless I just point that one out. Oh, Alyssa. That's precisely the case. I probably don't have any right to say that, seeing my own position. No, your honesty is much appreciated. What the fuck is on my trousers? Yeah, whatever. It was wonderful to talk to you, Alyssa. Same. Thank you for all the advice, Ellie. It's very nice to be in the company of people who really get along. Yes, friendship is beautiful, isn't it? I heard about Ellie's mother, or at least someone who seemed like her living in an Arabonian town. I guess that's what was nagging at me earlier. Gee, I wonder who Ellie's mother is. I wonder who Ellie's mother is. I wonder who it possibly could be. Obviously I know the answer. And you should too if you've been watching the playthrough. Alyssa and Ellie met in Crossbow and have been good friends ever since. Yuna's friends with both of them. She's an admirable girl. But I wouldn't have seen it coming that they'd be chatting with the principal. Well, the more you know. Anyway, Ellie and Alyssa has more dialogue. How are you doing? Oh, very well, thank you. Just catching up with friends. We've been exchanging messages since we met 3 months ago. We discovered that we have some shared interests. Shush, Ellie, don't tell him. What interests? Never mind. Ellie, let's talk about that in private. Okay, we're in a similar situation anyway. Yeah, their interests being... They love a main character of a game and they can't get them because I will choose other people because fuck you, get Falcon. You shouldn't give me options! That's what I'll say. That's right. I ship Lloyd with... who's the character you can't actually ship him with? No, they're too young. They're definitely too young. No, that's just being... Nah, I can't do bestiality. That's just rather unfair. Okay, I don't know who I'd ship Lloyd with. Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe people just don't need to be shipped together unless the plot demands there being romance because it's a romantic plot. There are plenty of games that... No, not games. There are many stories out there that don't need romance, that do, and there's plenty of stories where there could have been romance, but there isn't, and that's fine. I just think shipping rules are stupid. You'd be surprised. Actually, to be honest, I do actually have various opinions about shipping, considering certain fandoms I was a part of, but you know. Next time, I feel like a kid lost in the dark. You'll get there in time. Sure, sir. You can probably learn a thing or two from them as well. I'm not sure what the conversation was about, but I'm always reminded there's plenty of room for me to learn from others. Well, anyway, moving along from there, Grace has managed to capture Elise. You better not be doing anything unwise there, Grace. Oh! I spy my little eye, Elise Schwarzer, Princess Elfin's trusted friend and the sister of the Ashen Chevalier. You're friends with Lady Mildine too, aren't you? We need to talk. If you have questions about my friends, I'd rather you talk to them directly. I'm no gossip. Oh, I wouldn't try to drag out any embarrassing stories about your friends. Nothing of the sort. You're a report from Crossbow. So she's your next target on your hunt for a big scoop. Oh, don't make me sound like some fierce predator. Oh, that is how you were sounding just then. The only thing ferocious about me is my intellect. Hold on, aren't you Ash Carbine? The guy who shot the Emperor? What's the truth behind that story? How did it feel to pull the trigger? Oh crap, what did I get myself into now? Oh my gosh, and that tall gentleman is the 8th Dominion of the Goalsritter. Christ is just fangirling so much right now. There are several topics I'd love to interview you in depth about. Not that I'm totally in the dark about what you've been up to. Wazzy, Kevin and Rias have already spilled some beans. Oh god, what has Wazzy said? Did they? Don't be shy, I don't bite. Seems like this is the party corner. Brilliant, here comes the hero to join us. This is perfect, let's go to that empty room over there so we can talk in private. I'm not against an interview myself, but I'd much rather you didn't hound my friends and family for one. Sorry, I got a little ahead of myself there, I guess. You guess. But if there's anything you could tell me that I could quote in my report, like maybe just a short comment from each of you, that's not unreasonable. Sure. Dude, speak for yourself. What if I gave her dirt on you? You're being a little overprotective. Typical Ween, really. Well, poor everyone involved having to get hounded by Grace the whole time. Anyways, right, so now we've got 4 rooms there and 4 rooms there. Oh dear lord. Okay, let's start from bottom to top. Starting in this room. We've got ourselves Agate, Bardias, Elliot and Rosine. Hi Schwarzer. Hey guys. We're discussing armed forces movements on different fronts. Rosine, I'm surprised to see you with them. I've got my reasons. As you have heard, we're trying to get a better picture of where each militarized faction is allocated its resources. Besides the Western Army, I wanted to check in with the Bracers and the Armoured Divisions too. I've also been looking into the Armoured Divisions movements. It seems they've established a new squad. The Guild's also keeping an eye on the situation. We're tracking high-ranking Jaegers, Corps, movements, and engaging the neighbouring countries' responses. It'd be helpful to trade info with you guys. I see. And you're also gathering intel on military movements, Rosie. As a matter of fact, yes. There is no organisation that understands and fears Great Talent more than the Septian Church. Details are confidential, but we've already decided on which measures to take. Seriously? I can only imagine what that means. It means we won't be seeing Wazzy anytime soon. Damn you, Game, or Kevin. We'll be benefiting from cooperating, but in any case, we'll return to Operation Mil Muad at dinner. For now, let's just take a break. Sounds like a plan. Can't wait to hear the details of the operation, but I've got to be more patient. Should walk around some more. And we're done with that room. I am just going to quickly just alt-tab to OBS. I'm going to lower that by an additional decimal. Also, I am going to quickly sort something out because this fan is not going to help me throw out anymore. So I will be back in a minute. I'm probably just going to do something called put the cut on or something. I don't have no viewers anyway, so this is just... forgot. I have to. Oh god, I forgot how fast this. Oh wait, okay, that's. Oh, I hope that drop didn't land on anything important. Right, there we go. That gets that cup of tea there. Just move a few things. My desk is cluttered. Where did that drop land? Okay, land there. That's fine. That's not too bad. Oh, just drop a hairbrush on the floor. Off my desk. Bother me. I don't know if there's any viewers or anything, but I'm back. I really, you know what? We really need to like make a be right back screen. I'll be perfectly honest on that one. Right then. We are back. My throat's dying horribly, but I have a cup of tea at the ready. Now. So let's see, who's in this room? It's old Tina, Emma, Josette, and Kayla. There have been any updates on Hercules? Well, we're still unable to locate them. The Ramblers' stealth function and mobility of a gunship, they're very hard to track down. We're not going to give up, of course. Oh yeah, because we didn't really get those ones sorted out, did we? Oh yeah, I heard you requested the Basic Guild's help with this. And we kind of helped them a little bit as well ourselves, but yes, although they also haven't been able to dig up any new information since we lost sight of Hercules in the canyon. Heard about that from the guild too. I guess when a special forces squad equipped with the latest technology wants to disappear, it takes a miracle to track them down. The Lambda. We've seen firsthand in Heimdall how its spatial projection function can seriously impede pursuit. If only they'd surrender, there'd be room for negotiations from Erebonia, but maybe the curse has progressed too far for that. The Dark Dragon made the members of the Hercules squad into its kin back in Heimdall. Great Twilight must have taken that and twisted them into Noct Familiar. Noct Familiar? Those are vampires from the Erebonia folklore, if I'm not mistaken. Is there any way to make them human again? Yeah, it's possible, if you act quickly. Find them within a few days, they should be fine. So that's our time frame. Kayla, let me know if you picked up their trail. We might be able to help in some capacity. Volunteering to help. Haha! That's much appreciated. So, yeah. I haven't drank a cup of tea in a while because I have to use different milk, but then your standard ones. But anyway. Oh, that's still hot. Okay, right, well. But it definitely goes on the throat, honestly, though. While I try and not burn my throat, Kat, Laura, and Sarah have gone into a room with Cassius. Cassius, how have you been? When was it the last time we saw each other? Goodness, 4 years at least? I'm sorry I missed your A-rank promotion ceremony. It coincided with the orbital shutdown phenomenon, see Sky, so there was no helping it. Thank you for writing my recommendation. You're welcome. Have you managed to come to terms with Colonel Firestein passing away? Yes, I've been lucky to be surrounded by good supportive friends from the Basic Guild and my wonderful students. Though I was one of my students, Kat's a student of a student. Maybe one day in the future there'll be a student of a student of a student. Who knows? I'm Laura Arseed. You, sir, are a legend. It's truly an honour to meet you in person. I'm very glad to meet you too, Laura. I've had the pleasure of working with Victor on the Basic Guild branch bombing case. He praised you highly. Please accept my sincere sympathy. His loss must have hurt you deeply. Thank you, sir. My father once told me that seeing your prowess with the staff firsthand would be a beneficial experience for me. I believe you were self-taught. Not quite. I learned the basics from a friend. I also took the liberty of incorporating teachings of the 8 Leaves School into it. I'm very impressed, sir. Only those who are very talented are able to do so. Kurt, why don't you introduce yourself? Yes. I am Kurt Vander, younger brother of Muller Vander and nephew of Sax Vander. Pardon me, sir, you're quite the hero. I feel a bit overwhelmed. Haha! Take it easy. I'm not all they say about me. I've met your brother and uncle, but I don't believe I've ever spoken to your father. When things calm down a little, I like to pay a visit to your folks. I feel I've been rather impolite in not having done so yet. Oh, not at all. I'm sure my mother and father will be thrilled to meet you. Cass has a lot of connections both in the army and among the braces. I could spend the whole evening talking to him about swordplay, but it'd be rude to monopolise him like that. Oh, darn. And flashback to the earlier. We don't need to be that texting right this second. I'll have to be patient. Yeah. Be patient, Wayne, you dastardly person. But we can now go up to them. Oh, Wayne. Come and join us. Don't mind if I do. By the way, was the Silver Streak an acquaintance of yours, Cassius? Yes, she was a pupil of mine at the guild. It's very odd that she's vanished into thin air. Yes, no one seems to be able to track down her whereabouts. If she wasn't at Gnome's HQ, could it be possible that Ouroboros adopted her? No. Shero has a relative who's among the ranks of Ouroboros. I find it hard to believe that they'd kidnap her. If it would further their goals, they might. But anyway, I don't know what you mean. Sherazad mentioned her to me when we went out drinking. Enforcer number 6, the Breaching Bell, yes? Hello, Duvalie. Yep, that's her. She showed up in the bell during the orbital shutdown too. There's unknown whether she's still alive. Yeah, it seems she hasn't reported back to her boss since that incident. They haven't written her off as dead yet, though. It's assumed the situation is similar to Blue Blanc's, that she's out there somewhere going about her business. Silver Streak was like a sister to her, though. She wouldn't keep quiet if Ouroboros had abducted her. I see. We might as well drop that line of investigation. Yeah. My, if it isn't the Star Witter's Duvalie the Swift. You seem very well informed. I could say the same about you, especially considering you don't have ties with Ouroboros yourself. I understand now why the Faceless was remarkably wary of you. My lord is also intrigued by you. If you don't mind, I'd like to hear how you achieved mastery in so many disciplines. Oh, swordplay, military arts, strategy. And I hear you're a master's disciple. Arios is just like you. Yes, I've heard rumours about him. Just for reference, you could tell us if there's any particular trick to it. Not that it impresses me all that much, but both you and Arcee were renowned as the finest swordsman alive, so it must count for something. I can't think of many honours greater than the Maiden of Legend herself taking an interest in me. Well, ask me anything and I'll try to satisfy your curiosity, though we may not be able to go into much detail this time. No, that's fine. First of all, why do you give up the sword and switch to the staff? Duvalie's so easy to read, but that's part of her charm. She's polite to everyone and doesn't look down on others even if they're her enemy. As expected of the Steel Maiden's disciple. I look up to her as well. Good on you, Laura. Well, while Duvalie pesters Cassius, into this room we go where... Oh no, hey Celine, how are you doing? I don't want to do this scene, but we have to. Hi, I'm Kea Bannings. Lem told me lots about you, Tia. Nice to meet you. I'm Tia Russell. I can't believe it, Wen. She's so cute. Yeah, that's how most people react to her. Well, Kea is cute. I'm not sure if I have the look of someone that should be saying that, but regardless. You must be Angelica Wagner. Nice to meet you. I'm Wen Bright. And she's dead. The cuteness of those three has killed her. Well, that's good news. I'll start getting the casket ready. And no, she's not really dead, but... I hear you've been trained in the Tire style by Kinika Ruan. Oh, that's cool. It's nice to meet you, Angie. Or do you like Angelica better? I've died and gone to heaven. What? Angelica, are you alright? We're only 2,000 yards above ground, but it seems we're flying close to the heavens. You're getting locked out of heaven, Angelica, you really are. You alone is an angel. But the three of you together form an angelic choir. No, remain calm, Angelica. Please, there are good qualities about your character, Angelica. Please, stop being terrible. Celine, what's going on here? Beats me, I was just having a nap and woke up to this. Gah! I can't stand it anymore! Giant hug! Angelica! She's faster than lightning. Haha! Hug attack! Squeezed. I'm not saying this. My life is complete. You're just gonna stand by and watch this happen? Harvey. I'm just waiting for things to calm down so I can say hello. After things cool down, you can say hello, but it's not mandatory. I can't lose control so easily. Still, I have no regrets. Well, we'll be putting you in a cell, so yeah, definitely no regrets on that front, I guess. Please try to calm down. If you get any more whipped up, you'll have a heart attack. Outside, the fact that your girls doesn't mean your antics aren't sexual harassment. Thank you, Celine. The only person that seems to actually realize this. Hey Celine, here Kitty, come on, turn into a cat girl for me, please! Do it to save them from my beastly instincts. Keep your dirty paws off me! I agree on that one. Please go take a cold shower or something. for all our sakes. Well, let's say the men's sakes. Angelica really doesn't really care about them as much. But yeah, we can talk to these three. Hey, sorry about Angelica. She's a good person. Yeah, I question that one. She's just, well, I'm used to getting hugs. It reminds me of something George told me about her. Yeah? Yeah, she may be a practitioner of the type style, but her movements there were inhuman. Wasn't she being manipulated by the gnomes? Maybe they did something to her that stuck. No. She's just like this. I like Angie a lot. You can never have enough cuddles. Damn it, Kaya, you're the one person I would say that. Sweet Adios, her cuteness is making my brain melt. Oh, god damn it, Kaya, don't say anything else, please. Maybe you should give her a chance to cool off, before she explodes or something. Well, make the world a better place. Oh, damn it. Maybe we should keep going on with that line of thought for a bit. Ah, well. Anywho's inside here, Prince Albert is talking to Lloyd, Muse, and Tio. It's been a long time since we last met. We haven't had the chance to speak since the trade conference 2 years ago. Hang on a second, Tio. You only showed up in the trade conference a bit later on than everyone else. That's enough about it, sure. It's nice to see you again. And you. I'm glad you all seem to be doing well. Lady Mildine, this is the first time in many years that I've had the pleasure to talk with you. While I wouldn't call these the ideal circumstances, I'm delighted. You're a most impressive young lady now. Oh, you flatter me. It's good to have time to chat about non-official affairs, yes? So you've known each other for a while. Prince Albert was a good friend of my late father. Yes, we met for the first time over a decade ago. Somehow Alfred and I got fabulously well right from the start. We talked about politics, economics, and social issues from evening till the early morning hours. The lakes and marshes of Weymouth enchanted Alfred, and he'd often bring his family there. This takes me back. I was just a little girl back then, but I vaguely remember our visits. I mostly played with your niece. She was the same age as me, I believe. I'd like to see her again. Ah, that's right. You two really liked each other, didn't you? Speaking of your niece, oh, that's why I haven't seen her in ages. There's been some rumours going around about her. She's become intractable lately. As her uncle, I want to protect her, but she's certainly not making it easy. Sometimes I think she does it just to spite me. She's gone really grumbly. I must go a lot about his niece, though he does seem a bit overprotective. Oh, he's always been like this. How weird of him. Apologies for the discretion, I didn't mean to bore you with family issues. I'm very gladly provide you with assistance, be it human resources or medical services. If the SSS needs anything, do not hesitate to let me know. Tio, I'm aware of your family situation. If there's anything I can do, thank you for the kind offer. It isn't as bad now, though. We've been keeping in touch more. Oh, that's a relief. Prince Albert is a friendly guy. and Muse's known him for a long time. Feels like she made connections early on. I should say hello to the prince too. Yeah, you should we. We don't have to, but we can. Ah, Mr. Schwarzer. Meeting you has truly been a pleasure. And what fortune that you turned out to be Muse's teacher. He is the best instructor I could ever ask for too. Heart emoji. How wonderful. Perhaps when the world is once again at peace, you can visit Weymouth. It's a beautiful place. I imagine you would find much to enjoy. We'd be honoured. I hope we can visit soon. Sounds like a perfect honeymoon destination. Damn it, Muse. Just backhand her at this moment. I had no idea your relation extended beyond that student-teacher. It doesn't. Please don't take anything she says too seriously. You troublemaker, Muse. You trouble... I'm stuck. Damn it. Muse has entrapped me. Anyway, breaking free from all that, in this room we get Quovi, Joshua and Randy. Actually, would this actually work as a team? Podcasting arts, stuff. Actually, I would probably swap Joshua or Randy out for like Eustace or Emma or someone that would able to be filling more support. Because we already have, because hell, even we would be swappable out at that point. Don't be a stranger, come and join us. Goes quiet. What have you guys been talking about? Jaeger troop movements and stuff related to the war, as well as all of Boris's presumed plans. Tends to be the case. I've been wondering about those things too. Right now it looks like they're both serving the Imperial government just like the gnomes. That's a very nasty mix if you ask me. The old Northern Jaegers and Nihulk are in a different situation though. Yeah, Imperial Defense Force forced them to cooperate using hostages. They're currently looking for a chance to free them. What they do from now on depends on whose pocket they find themselves in this time. Shirley's a key member of the Red Constellation, so you can be sure they're in tune with all Boris's schemes. As for Sephir, the gnomes hired them, but it's ultimately up to the boss to decide what they do. I don't know the details yet. There's also the Enhanced Jaegers. The troops, the former 3rd Angus, deployed during the incident in the Bell. Yeah, you know the others account them, some of them in Hamel. Between all of you, you've got a decent intelligence network to draw on. You make for a really good team. Yeah. And if there's any info we don't have, the Divine Blade and Golden White Sasha are here too. It's hard to believe Muse managed to get all these guys under one roof. It'd be a shame if some bad guy decided to just bomb the Pantagruel or something. We'll all be dead. And meanwhile in this room, we've got Chloe, Alphen, Estelle and Lucy. Oh, that's cool down enough now. That's good. I recently bought this Pokemon Cup from a local retro store. It's not really retro because it's Gen 9 and a Master Ball, but you know, I like it. It's good. I think it works quite well as a cup. Claudia, I'm terribly sorry about earlier. I was so taken aback, I lost my composure. Thank you for being so kind to me. Oh, of course. Considering the subject, it was no wonder you became agitated. You have a huge responsibility on your shoulders as a representative of the Imperial family. Thank you for being so understanding. Now that rings alarm bells. I'll just wait for the announcement at dinner and try not to buy for now, but... Please allow me to introduce myself. I'm Estelle Bright, member of the LaBelle Bracer Guild. It's a great honour to meet you in person, Princess Alphen. Hehe, there's no need to be so formal with me. I've heard so much about you from my brother, I feel like we're already friends. Olivia was a dear friend. What happened to him was a terrible shock, and the music just died down. It's all somber now. He went out of his way to get permission from me and Joshua to visit Hamel once things had settled down in LaBelle. When we heard what had happened to him, we were all so heartbroken and angry. Me, Joshua, Shara, we all wished there was something we could have done to stop it. But I'm sure all our grief is nothing compared to what you must be going through. Estelle, thank you for having been a good friend to my brother. I feel a little better knowing there were people who cared so much about him. Oliver was a very thoughtful and brave man. A lot of fun to be around. When I was hesitant about whether to accept my duty as a crown princess, he gave me the push I needed. He also fostered friendly relations between Erebonia and LaBelle. Despite his airhead appearance, he was a smart leader. Thank you, Claudia. Sob. I can't. He teased me for being so easily moved to tears. He came out with a line like, "At a time such as this, I'd like you to be the ray of sunshine which makes courage bloom." Haha, that does sound like him. Regrettably, I never had the chance to meet Prince Oliver in person. However, I heard about him encouraging greater integration and cooperation between all nations of the continent. Please accept my sincere condolences, Princess Alphen. Thank you, Lucy. By the way, you were Claudia's upperclassman at school, weren't you? Really? Oh my gosh! Actually, Chloe did tell us about that Lecter person before. Does that mean... That's correct. I went to LaBelle to study at Genis Royal Academy. I was on the student council together with Lecter or Wundle. You two looked after me really well back then. Made my school life that much more enjoyable. What a small world. He's an Ironblood and a member of the Intelligence Division. He's a stranger person than I thought. But wait, the famously beautiful Vice President who forced the Student Council President to listen to her no matter what. That'd be me. Chloe, I wish you didn't spread exaggerated rumours about me. Sorry, but they're not exaggerated at all. Even now, I can't forget that time you were asked about the most important thing in the world and responded with strength. Now you're just trying to embarrass me. Wait, did I really say that to you? Not directly, I overheard your conversation with Hans. So you were following me around and listening in on my conversations with other students. Teehee. And he's just watching on. I wouldn't have guessed that they knew each other so well. Oliver was so beloved by people from different backgrounds. It's a real shame he died so young. I'd be curious to hear more about Claudia and Lucy's school life too. Maybe you can probe Lecter at some point. Anyway, Lecter stands on the opposite side of his former classmates. I'm sure I'll cross paths with him again, and with Claire too. Ironbloods. Anyways, we can now talk to Lucy and Chloe. Sorry, Ween, here we are talking among ourselves again and leaving you out. I can get going and free up some space. No, please don't leave on my account. You haven't seen each other in a while. I'm sure you have a lot to talk about. Getting to exchange a few words with you in person has already been a great honour. With luck, we'll meet again and have a longer chat then. You're too humble, Ween. Indeed. That reminds me, weren't you one of the testers for the Orbital Communication Network? I just got a test account from when. What do you say to exchanging network addresses? Are you sure? Why not? Don't be shy. Princess Claudia doesn't limit her circle of friends to the upper classes. When she enrolled at the academy, she did so under an assumed name in order to be treated like any normal girl. So see, I don't need a spokesperson. Okay, in that case, I'll gladly give you my network address. Shouldn't become a diplomatic issue if we're just playing a game together. I hope. Ween trouncing Chloe and Pom Pom Pie just leads to the bell nuking Erebonia. I love this secret ending. We're not doing that. I happily play Vice Masters. Pom Pom Pie just becomes annoying because I'm bad at Puyo and other puzzle games like that. That being said, I'm not that bad at Tetris. And by that I mean I can at least survive longer than some twats do in 99. Anyway, meanwhile in this room, Toa, Marcus and Eustace are here to talk to Walksmith. Thank you for the invitation, President Walksmith. Haha! There's no need to be so tense in my presence, Marcus. Would you like a cup of coffee? Once again, coffee. There's tea is public. There's tea for me and coffee with milk and sugar for Miss Herschel. It was in Calvin's intelligence agency staffed with only the very elite. Well, their human resources are going to change now, as the new party takes over from me. Is that right? Toa Herschel, we met at the West Samuria Trade Conference 2 years ago, isn't that right? Oh yeah, I really shouldn't have said anything about, adding Yuna to Ashore. I think Toa was added a little bit more haphazardly, because they still refer, because in the Trade Conference bit in Ashore, they still refer to Class 7 as a different class number. And it's like, oh, but it's also like, oh, don't worry, Crow's there. It's just like, I know what's happening here. I know what's going on in Erebonia right this instant. I've done that stuff. I've done the start of Cold Steel 1, slash the bit where you actually do it properly this time. So many times already off stream. Like, it's in my head. I can't get that part out of my head. Especially the big no that then leads to nothing. It's funny when that happens. If my memory doesn't fail me, you had coffee with milk and sugar at the banquet. Haha, your memory is most excellent. That's Samuel Walksmith, the president of Calvard, for now. As with most people in power, he easily dominates the atmosphere with his presence, even though he's on the way out. He's still a very influential man. Well, that's the thing. If you become leader of a country, pardon me, you will have a level of influence. When Keir Starmer gets voted out of government, maybe in the next election, maybe the election after that, or maybe an election 10 years from now, similar to the Tories taking 4 years to get voted out. He'll have connections just by being a world leader. Just like with any of the Conservative leaders that we had before him, just like Tony Blair before then. And Gordon Brown, I guess, but that wasn't for long. Same with US presidents. Donald Trump has connections. Whether we want to say nice things or bad things about him, he has some level of influence just because he's a former US president. And that it stings in the tongue, for sure. But I'm not wrong when I do state fact. I do hope that Kamala Harris gets voted in, however. I feel like that would be good for everyone around, in my opinion. My! Welcome, Ashton Chevalier. Unfortunately, I haven't been informed what your beverage of choice might be. But since you're well versed in using culture, perhaps green tea would be to your liking. I've got the cup in my other hand now. I need a drink. Oh, thank you, but I dropped in only for a brief chat. I wouldn't want to make a nuisance of myself. Haha! I imagine there are plenty others who'd like to speak with you today. By the way, I wanted to ask for your opinion on your colleague, Toa Herschel. Would you say that her conflict resolution talents are perfect for CID? President Walksmith, I didn't see that coming. I heard you were bold, sir, but I never thought you'd suggest something quite that bold. Ha ha ha! I'm nowhere near as audacious as the Chancellor. Soon I won't have much authority anymore. However, I really cannot stand seeing young talent not being put to good use. It's quite fortunate we met today. If you have any gifted friends who might be inclined to move to Calvard, let me know. I'll gladly welcome them with open arms. Haha, sorry, no one comes to mind. You're really not one to be around the bush. Walksmith. Well, anyway, that's that dealt with. Which means back to the middle we go. Good lord, we're being here for 2 hours! Can't find anything to do. Oh, hi, Diddley. Hello, Duvalie the Swift. I was just wandering around. You can drop the epithet. If you can be informal with Lloyd and Estelle, why not me? It was just a slip of the tongue. Besides, there's not much an age difference between the three of us. I feel like I should be more respectful when talking to you. Are you implying that from your point of view, I'm old? That's what some people are like, seeing as I was... being early Gen Z is so annoying. Now I know how old the millennials feel. No, definitely not. Please don't hurt her. She's what, 23? She doesn't even look it. Oh no, I've come older than Duvalie at this point in the game. Oh god, no. But it's probably best to drop it. Humph. Anyway, Lady Mildine has more influence in the higher echelons than I imagined. She's gathering prominent political figures, places, SSS, and all of you under the same roof. Even the Black Fang and the Angel of Slaughter are present. Well, that makes sense. Ah, that's right. Do you know about them through Ouroboros? Yes, I was familiar with the Blade Lord, who often worked with them. Joshua Stray left Ouroboros around the time I joined. Ah, I see. That must have been when the Brights took him in. Okay, Pirate Sky. The remake is some point in the future. Hey, what you guys talking about? Solving some sexy little secrets, I hope? Enter Crow, derailing that conversation. Is that all you ever think about? How's the intel gathering, Crow? Well, Randolph's chatty as ever, but it's Joshua that's a real treasure trove of info. And isn't it kind of weird Vita's not here? Yeah, Emma seems confused about it too. You both know what she's like, probably busy working on some grand scheme behind the scenes. Have you noticed tension in the air? Oh, I guess. I think I know what you mean. It's also just you awakeners that are particularly sensitive to it. Everyone gathered here seems to sense something ominous brewing. Whether that has any connection to Operation Mille Mirage or not, we'll likely find out at dinner. Yeah. There's the rivalries too, the calm before the storm. Might be over pretty soon. It could just be me, but we better be prepared. Yeah, I agree. We'll see what happens. I'll keep my eyes and ears open and see what else I can learn. My apologies for disturbing your pleasant conversation. One of those people that are serving the ship. Dinner is now ready to be served. May I please ask you to proceed to the banquet hall? Yeah, thanks. Finally! Dinner! I remember the food here being pretty good. Yes, it was cooked by the finest chefs those Erebonian nobles could find. Those fish burgers of yours were quite delectable as well, I must admit. Fish burgers. Haha, sometimes simple is the best. I agree there's this delicacy. As someone that does quite like a nice fish now and again. I'm surprised you remembered, honestly. That was a while ago, and they weren't anything special, just a quick, easy meal. Hey, I've been looking for guys everywhere. And new class 7 minus Muse. The dinner's about to start. Great, I'm starving. But the discussion that follows is the main course, isn't it? Nah, that's right, it's more than just a social event. Let's get going. It's really keep your good food rating. Keep good food rating, not your good food rating. Why is my day today with wording? We get the logo type of screen. I think I actually got the ratio of water and soya milk correct for that cup of tea. I've got like half the cup. Well, maybe just under half the cup, which means I'm probably going to the toilet not too long later, but well, whatever. Then again, I was drinking Pantagruel as well, so well, my stomach bruised that idea up. Afterwards, all of the guests, including the leaders of each state, gathered together at the banquet. A modest but wonderful meal thus began, provided by Duchess Cayenne, thank you, Muse. And everyone gets to choose the table they're at, probably, or there's been a good seating plan, I would hope. And the lunch started a bit later, but they thoroughly enjoyed the fare and had lively conversations. This all does smack a bit of Shades of Cold Steel 3, except this isn't right at the end of the game. This is definitely not. It was a unique opportunity for the attendees, and many meaningful exchanges were made. Yippee! Some time later, however, enjoyable as it was, the meal came to an end. Everyone then transitioned into the meeting portion of the event. The details of Mille Mirage finally is being revealed. And I can talk about it now, yay! This is their plan.
What you see before you is an outline of Operation Mille Mirage. Our response to Operation
I just pressed the button a bit too early there. And it's as some of these people probably feared.
It doesn't stray too far from what we'd expected, but even so.
Seeing it all laid out like this makes it overwhelmingly real.
I get that a plan this crazy is probably our only hope, but still.
Well,
We're really
I'm not
gonna
gonna
do this, huh?
spoil the final dungeon, but it's definitely an option. Might be the only one, but I will.
The Empire has drastically increased its military might, due largely in part to the draft.
Yep.
Current estimates number their forces at 1.2 million strong.
Ah, going
and
for the
that
Russia
figure will
approach.
only rise before the fighting actually starts.
Just throw as many bodies as possible and hope for the best. How's that working out for Russia against Ukraine? Well...
On the other hand,
I don't wanna
Calvert's
jinx
military
that,
can
suddenly
barely
have to
scrape
be, like,
together
reading,
800,000
I don't know,
at
Ukraine
most.
being nuked or something. But yeah, Calvert is not.
Even if they try to boost their ranks with a draft of their own, that probably won't go over too well, judging by their last election.
Not to mention the huge difference in weapons and resources between the two countries.
That too.
In terms of both aerial combat fleets and core tank units, Erebonia has a clear advantage.
But it could always be a Ukraine-Russia thing that could here, of course. Just slow.
And that's without
blind.
taking Panzer Soldats into account.
Hey, that's especially not taking the Sauber ones.
There's no way the Verne Company's production line could even hope to keep up. What's more, the Empire now has an excuse to throw all the new technology it's been developing into this war.
With that in mind, it's entirely possible that the Civil War was nothing more than an opening
Oh
move.
yeah, it definitely was.
I agree. It seems likely. The same could be said of the orbital shutdown phenomenon, or even the 100 Days War.
Finally, we're
it is our
connecting
belief
all the
that these
dots.
events were simply set up, all to pave the way for Operation Jormungand.
Damn it. Those monsters.
Yep.
And Mil Mirage is your plan for how to hold back Operation Jormungand. We have with us the Republican Army of Calvard, the Royal Army of Liberl, the Remiferian and Viceland armies, as well as troops from Le Mans and Orid, and even
Ah, that's
resistance cells acting out of Crossbell and Northumbria.
You intend to coordinate every one of these individual forces united under a single banner to suppress the Imperial Army from all sides.
That's exactly right.
As you stated before, Calvard's armed forces total 800,000 strong. The Viceland army should bring that number up by about 100,000.
Which, I mean, it's still less, but it is closing the gap.
The Principality of Remiferia is prepared to lend its aid as well, to the effect of approximately
That also
80,000
helps.
troops. Add to that figure an additional 120,000 from the Kingdom
Thank
of
you,
the
LaBelle.
World.
Further, we can count on receiving around 20,000 soldiers from Le Mans and Orid combined, as well as another 10,000 from Crossbell and Northumbria.
Although they won't be the
And
best.
this is to remain off the record, but we're expecting roughly 30,000 in reinforcements from Arteria
Thank
as
you,
well.
O Lords. Oh,
Naturally,
that
we plan on bringing Jaegers into the fight too.
The
We've
ones
been
that we
scouting
can,
out Jaeger corps
obviously.
big and small. All in all, I'd say we're looking at a good 40,000 extra soldiers.
Altogether a combined total of 1.2 million.
That does even the odds.
Finally putting us on even ground with
In terms
Operation
of men.
Jormungand.
Technology-wise, Salvador Soldats exist, and Divine Knights. But that the rivalry stuff could...
A war like this would stretch over almost half the continent.
Resistance cells from Crossbell, huh? That must be Sonia and the others.
Yeah, Muriel told me a bit about it, but
Northumbria too? That have something to do with the movements we heard about there?
Yeah. The resistance there is made up of former members of the Northern Jaegers, who got absorbed into the Imperial Army.
And we got troops from Le Mans and Orid, too.
Thanks for
That would be
recapping
their
that.
defense forces, no?
That's right. We've actually known about their involvement for a little bit.
I have to say, I'm surprised the High Seat of the Septian Church would choose to involve themselves so directly.
But Rosine mentioned something about this earlier, didn't she?
Yes. The Congregation for Divine Worship is likely deploying the Papal Guard as we speak.
The Imperial Army's technological superiority is undeniable, and we can't underestimate the threat Ouroboros poses
Yeah,
either.
Ouroboros is a key factor as well
Further,
here.
directing and coordinating all parties involved will prove a tremendously difficult task. That is the purpose of our meeting, to determine who will serve as the key piece in our plan, the cornerstone upon which we can build our success.
Which is why she's now looking at
I
Cassius.
present to you Cassius Bright, Lieutenant General of the Royal Army of Liberl. And, as of today, Supreme Commander of Operation Mil
Say
Mirage.
what you want about Mil Mirage, the whole strategy here for Mil Mirage. But choosing Cassius is a good idea.
What?
Now that's what I call a power move.
A natural decision. Lieutenant General Bright did head the search and destroy operations against the cult in Crossbell.
What's more, he can already boast having pushed back an Imperial invasion once before. He's the most brilliant tactician of our time, without a doubt.
This is the best thing Muse could choose.
I should have known.
So you've accepted the position then, Dad? Even after hearing everything that's going to happen as a result of this plan?
I have. This can truly be called the Great War, the likes of which mankind has never seen before.
Samoa World War, let's do this. No, let's not do
A
this.
war that will
Let's not
surely
become
destroy the
about it.
lives of all it touches, soldiers and civilians alike.
Well,
hundreds of thousands of lives. Worst comes to worst, we could see casualties in the millions.
Millions?
Yeah, it could be worse.
That's definitely possible. But at least it will keep the Empire from completely destroying everything.
Yeah, she has a point.
I think I speak for us all when I say this dreadful decision weighs heavily on our hearts. But there are stakes here far more dire than the invasion of Calvard itself. Namely, Erebonia's 2 Septarians, as well as its curse, which spreads further and further with every land it conquers.
It's all connected.
If we don't act soon, the Republic will fall to the Empire's advance, drowning the entire nation in its curse. It would then only be a matter of time before the surrounding countries fell as well, until finally all of Zemuria is in the curse's grasp. All for the sake of reviving the ultimate being, the Great One.
Yep.
This we must avoid above all else. If this dreadful decision is the only chance we have of saving our world, then so be it.
Yeah. This is just a fully agreeable statement, really. It's just like, if this is the only way to stop everything going...
This whole
getting
catastrophe
destroyed
began in
and
Erebonia.
everyone dying, then, you know, it's the only option. Obviously, we've got the whole rivalry stuff that we've got to do on our end, but...
Though I can't personally agree to this plan, as a member of the Imperial family, I must allow it. Your Highness.
Everyone's hands
This
off
is the
walls.
consensus we have reached. I trust you understand now the reason we've gathered here.
There are a few things we must ask you now, namely if you accept the necessity of our plan. And furthermore, if we can count on your cooperation.
I'm sure you'd like some time to talk things over amongst yourselves, and with your other allies as well. But as you can probably tell, that's time we just don't have.
Members of the Bracer Guild, Special Support Section, Class 7, and Thor's Military Academy as a whole.
So, Sarah.
We need your answers, here and now. How do you respond?
Just high speed through everyone just looking at each other and nodding a whole bunch, because, I mean, it's nodding. What else do we need to do? And everyone looking at Wayne, because that's these super.
When it comes down to it, we, the Special Support Section, are just a single division of the CPD. We're in no position to defy the will of a nation, let alone 4. We understand the severity of the situation, but be that as it may, we can't, in good faith, lend our aid to this cause. There has to be a better way to fix this mess we're in, and we won't back down until we figure out how. Not just to stop this war, but so that someday, Crossbell can take back its independence for good.
I see.
And so the SSS go, no.
You can count the Bracer
speaking for
Guild out of the
braces.
deal too.
And that's 2
We're
notes.
the supporting gauntlet of the common people. Their security and protection will always come first. But at the same time, we understand that you have to do this. So instead, we'll make sure to get in touch with our headquarters in Le Mans to organize an evacuation plan for all the citizens.
That's the correct way to go about it. Bravo, Estelle. Truly better than Lloyd. Just going, no.
And in the meantime, we'll look for our own way to resolve this. Just like the SSS.
As
That's
you do.
the Bracer Guild's decision.
Estelle.
Ah.
And now
With
it's
so
Wayne's
many
time.
of us still missing, we can't claim to speak for Thor's as a whole. But we can, at the very least, tell you our decision as Class 7. Become the foundation of the world.
It's always the same
In a
one.
sense, Those words have shaped our class from the very beginning. A war this big is certainly one way to keep the curse in check. We could be a new foundation afterwards. One built over ruins and destruction. But this curse is not absolute.
There we go.
Though it sweeps across the nation, toying with our fate, there are still those who stand together to resist it. We've seen as much with our very own eyes.
Flashback to all the allies we've seen over the course of the game. Well, at least a few of them.
We need a plan to try and ensure the safety of the world as we know it. Mille Mirage can be that plan. But, like the Guild and the SSS, we choose to find a third path forward for ourselves. That means dealing with any incidents brought about by the curse, as well as the rivalries.
Which we haven't actually done any rivalry-related stuff since Crow.
Whether or not that's even
that was a long time
I
ago
don't
at
know.
this point. In terms
Time
of
is
how
running
much
out
we've
on us
played.
even as we speak. Yet still, we'll continue to tread forward, step by step. Because we owe it to Prince Olivert.
Yeah, we do.
To find that third path he always strove to take.
Reen.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
The path Prince Oliver would have wanted.
I see.
My goodness. The naivete of youth never fails to astound me. And yet, as history shows us, it is precisely the young and foolish who bring change to the world.
The same could be said of those not bound by duty or tradition. Come to think of it, Prince Olivert himself embodied every one of those qualities.
He most certainly did, and his spirit lives on in this next generation.
We have heard your convictions, clear and true. Operation Mille Mirage is already underway. But so long as you respect our position, we will respect yours in turn.
You're under no obligation to participate in our plan. That said, we'd appreciate your help wherever possible.
We're not really doing a third path fully. We're still aligned with this whole stuff. It's just, obviously, we're not going to align with the Imperials now,
that
are we?
includes exchanging information, keeping civilians safe, and so on.
Just like the Civil War, why would we be saying with
certainly have
Mobile
more room
Alliance?
to
That would be the
cooperate than
dumb
Operation Jormungand does at the very least. You bracers played a pivotal role in solving the incidents in Liberl, as did the Special Support Section in Crossbell.
As did Estelle and Joshua in Crossbell as well. They had a good involvement.
I eagerly await seeing what such seasoned heroes can bring to the table.
Thank you. We won't disappoint.
I don't know if I'd call us heroes exactly, but we'll help out in any way we can.
Well, that suspense was killing me.
As grim as our circumstances are, we now know what our mission must be.
Right! We gotta do everything we can to stop this war before it begins.
Good
And
luck
even if it
on
does,
that one, Yuna.
we'll just have to find a way to end it.
Right. Our first course of action is figuring out exactly what we can accomplish right now as members of Thors.
Always trying to figure out.
I imagine the rivalries will play a key role in that.
Agreed.
You're all pretty gung-ho about this, huh?
How are you guys so relentlessly positive about everything?
You've been hanging with this group for a bit now, Duvalie. You should understand this.
It really is the most annoying thing about them, isn't it?
Hello, Campanella.
Wait a sec.
I know that voice.
It's him!
Enforcer number 0 of Ouroboros.
Campanella, show yourself.
Sounds like things are coming along nicely over here.
To the surprise of some people, not me, obviously, Ouroboros are here.
Illustrious guest list you have here. I'm almost starstruck.
Indeed. It would seem the rumors weren't unfounded.
Arabelle.
Belle! The new third Anguis of Ouroboros.
Lady Mildine, my greetings to you and all the leaders of the world gathered here today. I see a number of familiar faces and some new ones too.
You must be Dieter Croesus' daughter. I've heard the rumors of what you've become.
A member of an international terrorist organization. Gracious me. The audacity of this woman.
Whoa! He really called it, huh, Lady Belle?
Ha! You're one to talk.
Hello,
Hey,
what's going,
This
Charlie?
is some party you guys got going on.
Real swanky joint, too. Shame for you, Zephyr's here to crash it.
Shirley! You...
Boss! That means Zeno and Leo are here too, doesn't it?
Sure does. But hey, we're not done with the lineup just yet.
Please
Don't think
enter
things will
next
go the
up.
same for you here as they did at the workshop.
Please excuse our intrusion.
Oh, and Lecter.
Sharon.
He's here too.
George!
So you've come.
Lecter, it's really you.
In the flesh. Long time no see, ladies.
My lady, everyone, it has been quite some time.
You should have just kept the mask on, Angie.
The mask broke. What do you think was going to happen?
If you're all quite finished, it's time I make the final introduction.
Hi, Cedric.
Your Highness.
Cedric, why are you...
Ah, if it isn't my dear sister Alphen and Class 7. Your little stunt in leaves caused me no end of headaches.
That was the plan.
You had it coming! That's what you get for getting Elise and Tio all wrapped up in your schemes!
That's simply how it works between us. You should understand this by now. The rivalries are no different. But this particular matter has been entrusted to me by Chancellor Osborne himself. Consider this a little congratulatory visit from us to celebrate the commencement of Operation Mille Mirage.
Were we just hacked?
Yep. They probably used the Society's astral code to infiltrate the system.
Courtesy of Belle and the Fool, I'd assume.
Sounds like we're in for a fair bit of trouble then, huh?
Yeah, they're coming.
What the?
Damn! They brought Imperial warships! No, not quite.
This is the bridge. We have an emergency. We've got 8 Crimson ships approaching on our 9. And with them, a 280 Arch-class airship.
They're not going to let this Mille Mirage thing just get away with trying to formulate its plans. Now are they?
Damn! There's only one ship that friggin' massive.
You mean the one that appeared during the orbital shutdown?
That's right. Ouroboros' pride and joy. The largest battleship in the history of mankind. The Crimson Ark. The Glorious.
Last seen in LaBelle, but now suddenly landed about here in Erebonia. It's the Crimson Ark. That's not good. The Glorious. That's not good news. That is not good news at all, because that means there's a lot of Ouroboros people. There's a lot of people aligned with Ouroboros in that ship. Yeah. We're finally nearly 2.5 hours in. We're finally getting to the combat stuff. Why does... You know what? I will never complain about Cold Steel 3 ever again. I forgot how long it is that. Hi, Gilbert. I like Gilbert. It's just a bit of silliness you need in something so serious as Ouroboros. Anything else that's silly is just like, why? Enhanced Jaeger makes more sense. I realise I might be making a bit of a sound if I'm just fiddling with the PlayStation like on the PS2. That's what I'm doing. It's like, because you can move it from up to from sideways to upwards. I put high speed mode on this because, yeah, fighting occurs! Ooh! Explosions! Gunfire! This could have made for a prologue segment if they really wanted to do that. Thankfully they didn't, because we're not in a setup game. I see. So it's just the advance warning predicted. Moreover, it's not one of the Empire's ships, but one of Ouroboros' aircraft carriers. What does that mean? It's as if they expected us. At the end of the meeting, Duchess Khan did make one prediction, that either the Imperial Air Force or Ouroboros' battle carrier would appear in these skies. Damn it, Muzak. Were it the Imperial Air Force, their progress down the path to violence would be deterred in a sense. This airspace is directly above the borders for the leaders of each state on board. An attack on the ship would simply be too reckless. Even if it was successfully captured, this would still have a massive effect on cross-national negotiations. And that would instantly bring a halt to the war. That's what she was betting on, wasn't it? Things have turned out differently though. They opted for an Ouroboros affiliated ship instead, which means the war can carry on. Since seeing the princess and the other leaders entombed here would just add fuel to the fire for war. No. Damn it, so they're planning to pin it on Calvert, aren't they? This is no joke. We can't let this happen. Of course, I swear on the honor of the Bracer Guild. Thank you, Sam. You guys called us here knowing this would happen, didn't you? Correct. And it's right out perfectly. We still have an escape route available for our guests, so you needn't worry about that. Can I get each of you to divide your troops in half and have them accompany you to the hangar? Enemy forces are coming in from the deck. I'd like the remaining half to help take care of them. Let's divide into 2 groups, then 1 for starboard, 1 for port. Whoa, you guys prepared that far in advance? If that's the command. We don't have time, let's decide on the groups. Be sure to balance the teams well. Understood. We and Lloyd and Estelle divided everyone into teams without me having to make any decisions on my own accord, damn it, to make sure things were balanced. The assault was a counterattack led mainly by Rena Class 7 with Estelle, Joshua, Wen, Lloyd, Ellie, Tio, Crow, Duvley, and the others. The other members worked with Aurelia, making way for the hold while ensuring the safety of the national leaders. Welcome to Team A! It's the boys. They lock us into using Reen, Lloyd, Joshua, Crow, Kurt, and Ash. Oh boy, we're getting up to some arts mischief, and we now get to select 2 of Randy, Agate, Eustace, Marcus, or Elliot to be also there. So we'll choose Eustace, and we'll go Elliot. I might have another Severick ring I can put on him because we might need it. Yes. And of course, when it comes to Team B, aka the girls, Estelle, Wen, Ellie, Tio, Duvley, Yuna, and Altina are all required. Which means we have much more of a pressing matter. We've only got 1 slot for 7 people. So we have to make our choice very well as to who we really, really want to have on the party. Need I say more? I mean, we could have chosen Zoe for her order. It's a bit pricey though, and I'm going to primarily be using the waypoints on Divine Song for Crow anyway. But everyone who you do not select will go off with a lot of with everyone else to, you know, make sure that people get off the ship safely.
Best of luck, all of you. You guys be careful, okay?
Wait, what in the world's going on? Whatever it is, it looks like we got a real juicy scoop
Now's
on
not
our
time
hands.
for trying to report on the news, Grace. You gotta get out
no,
of here.
you don't.
I believe you all know what it is you must do.
Yeah.
We got this.
Just leave it to us.
I'll just say yes in German on occasion now. Just do that.
We are currently under attack by Ouroboros' enhanced Jaegers and members of the Red Constellation.
Thanks for taking the words out of Wing's mouth there, Tio.
The Red Constellation, huh? Gonna be a real pain in the ass, especially with the Blitz
Oh
there.
god, he's gonna snipe us in the head.
Gilbert's probably heading up the enhanced Jaegers. Not that he's anything to worry about. His archaisms might still give us some
No, he has machines. Ah.
Speak for yourself. I'll make sure that little errand boy regrets ever stepping foot in here.
Ash, Kurt, I'll be counting on you.
You got it.
Understood. We must stop His Highness.
Yuna, Altina, we're going to need your support as well. Of course! Let's do this, Ellie!
I'll give it my best. Time for you to show me that new orbital gear you told me about, Tita.
Yep. Prepare to be amazed.
All right, guys. It's time to begin our joint operation. Team A will go starboard. Team B, you head port.
Our current position is the rear side of the lower deck. Let's make our way up to the top deck. Take out any intruders you find along the way.
Right.
And off they go into that bit, and off.
This will be the perfect chance to put our teamwork to the test, huh? It's our time to shine, Reen. Let's go!
Right. Show me what you've got, Lord.
So a good smackering of returning party members from previous trail games that we may or may not have already been able to use are now here, and we can switch between them. Keep R switching between the 2 teams to clear the way to the other deck. Once we reach the destination, teams will merge, make sure all members are equipped and ready for battle. So we now spawn here. This is a good time, because the game hasn't given me the opportunity yet to fucking save it. We've been at it for multiple hours, 2.5 hours, to get to the battle part. Actually, using Lloyd and Joshua isn't a bad idea because they are higher level. But obviously, yeah, Crow, we'll actually throw Crow off the team for the moment till we get to the point where we have the boss fights. Everyone else can stay the same at the moment. And now I'm just going to double check on Elliot's quartz setup. Yep. Yep, we have the standard Severick ring that is on Muse, who we actually don't get access to. Oh no, we do. No, wait, no, we don't get her access to her. We didn't use her. Damn it. Well, she's in here, so she's in the reserve bit. But yeah, anyway, Team B is over here. Damn it. Well, we have things like TO for for that team anyway, so... Oh, and Ellie. We forgot about that. Also, as you can tell, with all of our guest characters here, we cannot change their master courses or anything else. In fact, Estelle gets schooled in bridges as it's set up. Huh. Also, of course, Crusade, because why not? So it's nice to see a bunch of them about. You can also just double check on their crafts and their orders, just in case we really need to use them. Oh yeah, Wen's got Accelerate. We don't have to worry about one. So, man, Ellie and Tier's kits are so weak comparatively to both the Absolute Reflects on the same team. Not much we can do about that though, unfortunately. But hey, anyways. And if you want to grab anything from the Ordnance Station, you can in terms of weapons and armor. For anyone that we may or may not have not really been using. Although realistically, there's not really much we can do. Obviously, otherwise, we have some new materials. So again, I'm gonna save. Right. Oh, I'm tired now. All that talking. Oh. Right, I don't know if there's anyone actually watching this thing. I can actually move the chat bit away and it's like, yeah. Concurrent viewers, 0. Woo, chat rate 0. Views 10. Okay, let's end it here. I'm of the opinion to end it here. Anyone who has watched, hope you enjoyed what there is. Next time, we'll wrap up the Pantagruel by dealing with that damn fangled Ouroboros. With our lovely Team A and Team B. It's perfectly split between boys and girls, funnily enough. And of course, check out any of my other stuff that you can find on YouTube. If you do like this, then be sure to subscribe. Maybe next time I stream it'll be Arkham City, because yeah, I need a break from this. It hurts my throat doing Cold Steel. It really does. So, you know. Also, between now and next stream, I should hopefully sort out a Be Right Back screen. Because, yeah, if I'm busy making cups of tea for myself, then I'm not going to be appearing. Or, say, when I do need the toilet or something. So, until next time, I'll see you all